Hello, hello, we're alive. And that happened. Belly button jump scare. Hello. How are you guys doing today? Yeah, there was no stream yesterday. It was a good day. We went to a restaurant. So I was eating steak, baby. But otherwise, you know, just chilling. Just chilling. Had a chill evening. So yeah. So I know quite a lot about what we're gonna do today. We're gonna watch some stuff for sure. So let me just check out what is in the recommendation as well, so we don't, you know. This is something that I wanted to see as well. Shoo, please stop. That was a bit too fast there, girl. Yakuza review. I already watched the Yakuza review. And I don't need to see another kids to be turned into Doom game. Alright. So, slept like at 2 a.m. How long? How long did you sleep? How long did you sleep? That's the important part. Because we do need to up those numbers. Send something from Junker, that guy. On memes. On memes. I saw the meme. I saw the I saw the woke Hitler. I saw it. Adolf Potter looking ass. Indeed. Not showing on stream though for reasons. But yeah. Yeah. We got lots to view today. 11 hours? Your body was fucking dying. Oh, man. Huh? Huh. I'm gonna listen to that in private. But yeah. Boop. What else do we do? What else do we do? Wait, what? Oh. All right, we can see a little bit. Yeah, we can see it. We can look at it. But first, I want to see the why 40k triggers people. I wanted to see that so bad, but it was too long for the day that I wanted it to see. But today we have plenty of time. Plenty of time. Some of these YouTube names I don't want to say out loud. Not because, you know, I'm against it or anything, just because I don't want to get banned. It's nothing to do with the video, though. Why 40k triggers people? Pilgrim's Pass. Buy Pilgrim's Pass, to be accurate. Anyway, let's get right into it.
That this isn't meant to be a simple culture war. This is inherently The Warhammer 40k universe is inherently anti-progressive. Now I'd like to clarify that this isn't meant to be a simple culture war video where I complain about what's happening with the beloved franchise. Although it kind of is, since 40k is the current prize for one of the more recent battles all over social media. So touching a bit on that aspect is inevitable. But my purpose with this video is to go beyond pop politics. I'll attempt to analyze a theory of history and perhaps some political philosophy within the world-building context of the 40k galaxy as it is presented. And in so doing, I hope to generate a conversation about the idea of progress. You see, progress, both social and technological, is naturally inhibited by the very nature of the Warhammer universe. The 40k setting operates more on cycles, where humanity rises to fall, then rises again, and falls again. Like in this quote. The technological marvels upon which its dominion of the galaxy is founded are long gone. No man now knows how many times humanity has soared to the lofty heights of achievement only to plummet once more to the depths of barbarity. The science that caused both advancement and debasement is now the subject of superstition and fear. Dark Heresy Guidebook, page 15, I think. And who can forget this incredible quote that defines the entire setting? Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim dark future there is only war. There is no peace amongst the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter, and the laughter of thirsting gods. This idea stands in stark contrast to the Whig theory of history, which is more common in our era. It's the one most normies believe in, and what's presented in seminal science fiction like Star Trek, where history is seen as a series of steps towards a better future. Things are always getting better in the long run, from cavemen to rocket ships, and from slavery and human sacrifice to universal human rights. But here, 40,000 years in the future, we still have slaves and human sacrifice, but in space! And we also have primitive cavemen flying in rocket ships for good measure, depending on which world the character hails from. In the Whig theory of history, the bringer of change becomes the protagonist of history, because history only moves forward to better eras and never regresses to harsher conditions. Therefore, those who bring social change are not seen with that much hostility, because if it's bad change, history would naturally purge it. In fact, it's people advocating for a conservative or traditional approach that are seen as suspicious a lot of the time. Because if newer is always better for everyone, then seeking to preserve the past is interpreted as inherently unjust or oppressive to one group or another. It's one of the reasons why the word fascist is thrown around a lot. But in 40k, social change becomes dangerous because it's more likely something caused by the entropy of the universe. Here, personified by paranormal Reddit mods, the four gods of chaos. So the right side of history is not getting purged, you know, for heresy. Civilization is always at the edge of collapse because its own existence isn't guaranteed. So progress would be much less so. Therefore, in this scenario, the trads win. There's more to lose by risking change than maintaining tradition, as the cult Mechanicus is well aware. Keep in mind, however, that progressivism isn't exclusively a political issue. The progressive versus conservative thing is mostly pop politics for the American context. In political theory, progressivism is the belief that history cannot or should not ever move backwards, that we're always moving to newer, unprecedented historical eras, where we're developing something new. Both right-wing and left-wing ideologies can either be progressive or rejected, like anarcho-primitivism, which is a left-wing ideology that believes we should basically return to the Stone Age, because only then we'll all be equal, but you know, in the mud. And the Futurist Party, in Italy, merged with fascism and moved very much to the right. Both the left-wing and the right-wing iteration of progressivism is explored in 40k, and both fail rather miserably. My point is that the grim-dark universe of 40k is hostile to both left-wing progressive values and right-wing progressive values, which I'll elaborate on in a bit. Anyway, Warhammer 40k portrays a universe where the natural state of life is war, and peace is the result of order imposed by an artificial state preferably governed by a powerful sovereign, like what Thomas Hobbes says, which makes stability more important than progress. The Imperium of Man is famous for being over the top, with its hellish hive worlds covered in factory pollution and non-stop acid rain. And of course we can't forget its massive military of billions of disposable soldiers thrown into an endless cosmic meat grinder and ginormous genetically enhanced super soldiers fighting furries. I'm not even kidding. 40k is so insane that the Flash gets parody animation fits perfectly with canon. But again, what you have to understand when it comes to the absurdity of the Imperium of Man is that its nature is a direct result of its setting. Humans and Eldar tried other models of galactic civilization and it always crumbled under the weight of the universe. Why? Because of the very nature of reality. When this universe began to form, one of the first things to emerge were the Citan, that feed off of stars and planets to exist. This principle that to live you must devour something else is the core of life. Then, when the Old Ones become the first interstellar civilization, they formed a temporary paradise where they lived forever and went around seeding life on various planets until another civilization, called the Necrontyr, went to war against them because they were born on a crappy planet and had to fight for a better existence. Which leads to the paradise that the Old Ones built for themselves being wiped out after the Necrontyr joined forces with the ever-hungry Citan. The historical eras of the galaxy change after catastrophes caused by the inherent evolutionary hunger that drives living organisms, whether for pleasure, improvement of circumstances, or just plain old animal instinct to devour. Once the previous era collapses, the cycle begins again. This is a running theme in this universe. The Star Trek-like technologically progressive human civilization that first spread to the stars in the dark age of technology was destroyed because of unfettered technological progress, which made humanity build artificial intelligence systems it couldn't control. The Eldar created a post-scarcity society of a pleasure paradise, which made them so sexually depraved and degenerate that the entire civilization collapsed, and billions of their people died horrific deaths as their souls were consumed.
As well as give birth to literal Satan. Just saying. So depraved you give birth to Satan. How the fuck?
By the manifestation of their excess. Because the Chaos Gods in general are always beyond the veil of material reality and seeking to tempt mortals into dysfunctional pathological behavior that they can use to control and possess the souls of those of weak faith. And the Tyranids represent the relentless hunger of nature, since they're biological intergalactic predators that seeks to devour all biomass in the Milky Way. But they also use gene-stealer cults that infiltrate human society to prepare planets for invasion. This is not a universe that rewards the mainstream progressive values of diversity, equity, and inclusion of an open society inspired by Karl Popper and associated with the American left. And it also does not reward
just let
the
you
small...
know that he's made a few misconceptions throughout the vid, but overall it's a good vid. Thank you.
Government are limited by individual rights, freedom of speech, and pursuit of happiness, like in a liberal society inspired by John Locke, associated with the American right. And I mean the original definition of liberal here. And this is because all that just gives room for aliens and demons to subvert your society from the inside out. Instead, this universe rewards hierarchy, cohesion, and exclusion, as well as intense discipline. And by reward, I mean you get to keep existing in this bleak reality. In any case,
you get to keep your mind. Because if you have a weak will and aren't that disciplined... Hold on now, hold on, wait a minute! I'm done with you! There is nothing to react to on you, Pontius! You haven't uploaded a new video. I did get it! Now hold on a minute. And also not lore. It's why it triggers people, alright? It's difference. It's not lore. It's not lore. Oh yeah, what is the next Lord Tuber that I should watch? Of course you're still priority, but still, you know. I emptied out the Pontius catalog. I'm writing the next 3 videos. The one on the Sisters of... Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah!
If the Imperium of Man starts having gender-affirmative action quotas for the castrated, muscle-bound murder machines of the Space Marines, it'll feel very out of place and very forced. The Tau faction is the closest thing to an inclusive society in the setting, but even...
except that they brainwash, drug, and enslave their allies and people, and the greater power is nothing but a rhetoric for the elite. The greater good is the comfort of the elite, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, except, you know, they're terrible also!
They have a caste system, so not very egalitarian, and their native utopian beliefs are getting crushed the more they learn about just how insane their universe is. Their plot arc is them being forced to be...
Well, no, it's an explanation why people can't accept 40k, why 40k is so brain-shattering to a lot of people, you know? And it does make sense. It does make sense.
Become more brutal to survive.
For the Tau Empire, a gene stealer from High Fleet Gorgon made for a fascinating test subject.
Your
Their
wife, greatest good you ever go get.
mistake was that after it was captured by the Earthcast, and during their substantial analysis, a worker was implanted with the germ seed. Over the following 20 years, Earthcast laboratory workers increasingly noticed many distorted anatomies throughout the labs. But this intriguing development was actually accepted as the philosophy of the greater good promotes a tolerance of alien life forms. It wasn't until a bloody schism broke out that the Firecast was brought in, and they had a hard time clearing out the extensive underground research facilities.
And as you can imagine, due to our current times, Games Workshop, the company that owns Warhammer, is in a bit of a conundrum with this fictional setting. Because the corporate elites in the West adopted a progressive and egalitarian set of values, which they feel obliged to defend and spread through their platforms. But it's literally impossible to do that with 40k without destroying the entire setting, because it's completely antithetical to the very idea of progress. Which makes sense because left-wing progressive values are based on Rousseau's noble savage idea of nature being inherently benign and providing equally for everyone. And these axioms are precisely the opposite of the Warhammer Milky Way galaxy, putting it mildly. And it gets especially awkward when it comes to inclusivity of sexual identity. Not in the 40k universe as a whole, because, you know, there's an entire faction that includes all the identities that you would want in that department. But I'm talking about how one of the writers was caught trying to shoehorn gender transitioning into the Imperium of Man.
What?
But it doesn't make sense because not only is this a universe where sexual activity and pleasure have to be tightly disciplined. Otherwise, an interdimensional literal sex fiend will infect your society with temptation and unravel it from the inside. But androgynous, non-binary sexuality is associated with decadence and societal collapse, because Slaanesh is highly associated with that. From having several different pronouns to also influencing his/her followers into having surgical alterations to their bodies. And Slaanesh followers often become hermaphrodites, with a female breast on one side and a male chest on the other. And just look at this symbol of Slaanesh. Doesn't it remind you of something? And if you think this is awkward for Games Workshop, wait till you find out how in Warhammer lore, artists and political elites easily fall under the sway of Slaanesh and spread his/her influence in their societies so that it can be destroyed by chaos. Which means that a lot of this ESG stuff and pushing this message makes GW resemble Slaaneshi cultists in their own lore. But I want to make clear that this doesn't apply to simple homosexuality though. Historically speaking, lesbianism has been typically tolerated by several hegemonic empires, and warrior cultures like Japan have had homosexuality enshrined in their books like the Hagakure, which is about obedience to your lord, and if your lord wants you to take his sword up your scabbard, you're obliged to obey.
Japan is the greatest, wonderful culture of manly love!
So the few cases of homosexuality that you see perfectly tolerated in the Imperium of Man, in several of the books, as outlined by Major Kill in one of his videos, is actually perfectly plausible for this kind of empire. It's the transgender surgeries and the fall of gender roles, which would not make any sense in the patriarchal Imperium of Man. It would be immediately interpreted as Slaaneshi activity. I mean, if our planet existed in the Warhammer universe, with Spanish politicians eating poop, sex-crazed political staffers filming anal prawn in the American Senate building, Lolita resorts for politicians...
It'd already be over. It'd be already over. We are done! If Slaanesh, or any of the others, honestly, with all the hoarders, yeah... Using Major Kill as a source won't work anywhere else, though. Oh god, with all the politics. Oh god. Oh god, the four gods of chaos would have a field day on Earth. Holy shit. The wars in Africa that no one talks about because they don't exist. And the fucking Iraqi war right now. Holy shit, Korn would have a field day. The fucking sexual depravity that's going on in higher up power? Oh my god! The trickery in the politics! And the nastiness of the common folk! And poor people! Holy fuck, oh my god, we're so fucked.
civilizations, complete with pagan temples on those islands, and whatever the fuck the Irish were doing in Eurovision.
Do you know what makes me special? I'm a queer. Woo! And I'm a witch!
We would clearly be suffering a total
Heresy indeed.
Slaneshi takeover.
We all know the Emperor is gay with all the golden grip. Alright, bro.
I believe this idea of the Eldar's civilizational collapse due to hedonism is inspired by ideas.
Nurgle would take one look at the antivirus and lick his lips. He'd make 50 new strands, my guy, we're so fucked!
idea of the Eldar's civilizational collapse due to hedonism is inspired by ideas expressed by famous academics like Camille Paglia, a professor from Yale who postulates a correlation between gender ambiguity with the fall of empires.
Was that my overview of history, my noticing that in late phases, you all of a sudden get a proliferation of homosexuality, of sadomasochism, of gender games and impersonations and masks and so on. So I believe we're in a late phase. We're in a late phase of culture.
So that the proliferation of cultural identities, the proliferation of all sorts of possibilities is actually a sign that we're
on the verge of collapse.
Yeah.
Yes, Western culture is in decline. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Okay.
The West is definitely in decline, and this era will be the laughingstock of history. Even more so by the fact that it's painstakingly.
God fucking damn it. All I want, chaos, please. Can I have just a bit of chaos?
Recorded by our digital devices. A lot of this crap on TikTok will be analyzed by future historians as symptoms of decline. Heck, it might even make it into their children's educational system. Like, okay kids, as we learned from our studies of American history, if you see one of your fellow classmates dressing up like a cartoon animal and meowing like a cat, bully the shit out of that mother hugger for the sake of our glorious empire! Following this line of thought, I believe that the universe of 40k can very much be a result of the Anglosphere's subconscious. It feels like the English-speaking world coming to terms with their own decline through a fictional narrative. The parallels are definitely there, down to the rise of the suspiciously named Tao, who seem oddly Chinese. They're a rising empire challenging the hegemony of the Imperium of Man. Even though China in real life has its own problems, atheist governments have never lasted more than 100 years, and China is fast approaching that expiration date. In any case, the subconscious story explanation would explain the profound skepticism of progress throughout the setting, seeing it as merely a stage before the inevitable downfall, since skepticism of the progressive view of history is getting more and more mainstream in the Anglosphere. The rise in popularity of cyclical theories of history since the pandemic are a sign of this. Not only a revival of interest in Oswald Spengler, but new academics developing very interesting theories of history, like Peter Turchin in his secular cycles and cleodynamics idea. We can all feel a decline, even academia, which is saying something. Progressive idealism in general, whether left-wing or right-wing, is unsustainable in Warhammer, as we see with the Great Crusade era of 30k, when the Emperor wasn't comatose and was walking around with a golden halo around his head. In that era, the Imperium was highly progressive in its founding mythology, but it was more of a supremacist type of manifest destiny, where the people was guaranteed to march to a bright future as the rulers of an expanding territory. It's the view where the people or empire in question are special, and will be the heralds of an unprecedented new era of civilization. All other civilizations were to be wiped out, subjugated, or cast aside. It also had a revanchist attitude against foreigners and notions of imperial revival and reclamation of lost territory, etc. And this failed spectacularly as the Imperium fell in the Civil War of the Horus Heresy, where the noble warriors of civilization were now tearing it apart and put the Emperor into the Stephen Hawking position, but without a text-to-speech device. I mean, could you imagine? In fact, the 40k era of the Empire is different and less xenophobic by necessity. Gulliman was revived with the help of the Eldar, and the Tau have established diplomatic relations with the Imperium. The chauvinism of the
Did you just leave out the context as to why the Imperium had those tenants? Yes. I mean, it again, the explanation as to why people get crazy over 40k, you know, this is wrong. You know, the fall of humanity to the Dark Ages because the technology and aliens. Yeah. He did he did early on he did cut on the technology going up, and then, you know, building AIs that they couldn't control. He did mention that early on in the video. No. He did. The alien part didn't come up yet though. That's true. The elitism is unsustainable in real life as well. Yep.
Imperium turned out to be wrong, and collaborating with other civilizations against the raging of chaos that threatens them all is much more effective. But the older Imperium insisted on the great march of our civilization mentality by getting...
But, hold on, no. No, I see what you mean now. That's wrong. Hold on, this is wrong. Because they did. Multiple times. In the past, humans tried to work with Xenos scum. To fight. And no, they got stabbed in the back multiple times. That's where the xenophobia comes from. Xenos scum needs to be eradicated. It's that simple. Yeah, and it's a problem. The Imperium became what it is because it was already destroyed by the tenants they had before. Yeah.
Being high up on supremacist ideals. The Imperium of Man was an incredibly idealist political project for humanity, seeking to embody a vision of a rationalist humanist utopia under the Emperor's guidance. Free from dogmatism, except for the imperial truth. Free from holy wars, except for a great crusade. And free to pursue knowledge, except for the psychic phenomenon.
They were still negotiating? And even then, Horus Heresy Book 1, Alien Embassies on Terra. Yep, after Horus Heresy, all of it shut down, basically, right? Also, the technology, you mean the very technology that almost brought the humanity to its knees? You know, the AI that you talked about before, my guy.
Hypocrisy aside, the very failure of the atheist, modernist, and humanist version of the Imperium, and the rise of a religious cult surrounding the leader.
Also, the leader never did that. The Emperor was always very against being a god, right? Being worshipped. Because that also invited, heretical beliefs. And you're not allowed to study psychers because chaos.
As the backdrop of the entire setting is at the core of what the Imperium and Warhammer as a whole is. Which is not fascism. I repeat, it's not fascism.
No, the Imperium of Man has multiple agencies. Every planet is different. There's lots of socialist planets. There's, fascist planets. There's, what is the other one? What has Russia again? Fucking... communism. There's all kinds of effective stuff. Anarchy, monarchies, all of it is present on every planet. What are you talking about? You can't just dumb it down to fascist because Terra is like that. And Terra isn't even like that because you have all the High Lords of Terra. Yes, it's a monarchy because of the Emperor, but the Emperor is on a goddamn life support throne. So, this is very inaccurate. What?
Fascism. Now I get where the misconception comes from. They're genocidal authoritarians who literally worship their government. I guess it looks sus to the average normie. And it's definitely sus. But way beyond anything popular political discourse is able to analyze. Now I don't want to sound like a pretentious twat, but that's because most people have the political vocabulary of like 5 words. And I have no doubt that many of the people in the creative team at Games Workshop actually think that they're being big brain boys, parroting fascism, and sticking up to those right-wingers, when they actually depicted something else entirely. Just like the big brain boys behind the Fallout Amazon show think that they're criticizing capitalism in that scene with Mr. House, when they actually perfectly depicted the anti-capitalist managerial revolution described by James Burnham, the paleo-conservative thinker. My point is, a lot of these people have no clue what they're doing when they shove politics into their stories. However, Games Workshop does have people with interesting and respectable insights, however. Like I said, it's a massive collaborative effort, and many are immensely praiseworthy in what they accomplished as creative talent. But regardless, the Imperium is actually much worse than fascism. Answer me this. Are the ancient Romans fascist? What about the ancient Assyrians? The Mongolians? What about the Aztecs? My point is, genocidal authoritarian societies are a dime a dozen in human history, and 40k is a commentary on the entirety of that history. It's why we have space Vikings. Are they fascist? 40k goes way beyond what the Italians did for a couple of decades in the 20th century. The Imperium of Man is an amalgamation of the most brutal, over-the-top elements of human history. The Roman imperial cult that worships the emperor.
No, it's a grimdark universe where it's necessary. The humans are not in the wrong for surviving and learning how to survive in 40,000 years of history yes, a lot of it is erased, but still, it took humanity 40,000 years, known to us, right? That's where the 40K comes from, to get to the point where they are now, and they are still barely surviving. Like, what is, huh?
The brutal factory conditions from Victorian England, and the constant stream of thousands of human sacrifices to keep the universe going from the Aztecs. Not to mention World War I trench warfare fighting with the Krieg Corps, and the Katakan Space Vietnam, etc. But it takes most of its inspiration from the Middle Ages. The Imperium of Man in 40K era is actually a postmodern neo-medieval state. The Imperium is a goth emo version of the Holy Roman Empire on several levels of shrooms and steroids, down to the Emperor being mostly a figurehead presiding over a loosely connected federation of several planets, all with their own governments, cultures, and traditions. The state itself is ruled by several competing institutions that are all autonomous from each other, but united under a single central figure, who doesn't really run anything. Not in the modern sense.
But all the other planets as... No, hold on. The planets can act independently except for higher orders, and have to pay taxes. Those two things, as long as they have those two things, they can do whatever they want, right? I mean, except heresy, right? Crusades coming your way if you do that, but yeah. Like, what? Hold on. You have literal Satan, and he put crusades into a religious dogma?
Anyway, it's a classic case of medievalism, but a grim, dark version of it. Just because something is authoritarian and xenophobic and violent doesn't make it fascist, since these things, again, like I've said, have been around forever. My point is that a kaleidoscope of overlapping organizations and autonomous diverse regions with several different identities is not what Mussolini had in mind when he founded fascism. Fascism is a specific political doctrine written by Mussolini and Giovanni Gentili in their essay book called The Doctrine of Fascism. I get more into it in my video, It's Not Fascism, Bro. But for the sake of time, I had to cut off the part where I explain why Warhammer 40K isn't fascist, so I'm a little obliged to get into it here, but I won't go nearly as deep. But on screen now are the 5 main points in the Doctrine of Fascism. Those are me paraphrasing, but you can go read it yourself to check if I'm being accurate. But basically, it's the creation of a new man for a new era. A single-party rule by only one political authority with totalitarian control over everything. No diversity is allowed, and the state is the mystical supersoul of the people. But one point many forget is the relentless march of history towards the future where humanity reaches ever greater heights. Which means that fascism is progressive. Yes, you heard that right. Again, I need to make this clear. Progressive in political theory means the belief that history never stands still or never moves backwards.
How much hate did you get for that comment?
It can be a right-wing thing or a left-wing thing. Californian types don't have a monopoly on the term. I remember my feminist left-wing professor back in the UK telling me with no uncertain terms, fascism is progressive, when I was doing my master's. And she was herself a progressive. So I'm not making this stuff up for political ideological purposes. This is a typical position to take in academia. My point is the true nature of fascism clearly does not apply to the 40K Imperium. They're objectively anti-progress, and is extremely diverse in culture and government types, which is not tolerated in fascism. However, there's a very good argument to be made for the Imperium of Man being fascistic in the 30K era, when the Emperor was still around, since 5 principles are arguably somewhat fulfilled on some level, and has a lot of the same philosophical ideas of using the state to make a new type of super psyker man, and the state being the manifestation of a collective humanity, and to serve the state is to serve humanity, as the state molds the people, while the people don't really mold the state, etc. So yeah, it's almost fascistic, except for one thing. Fascism is mystical and anti-materialist in its philosophy, believing the state to be the spirit of the people, while the whole point of the Imperium was to be a materialist project that abhorred any mystical ideas. The lore does glorify the Emperor and his vision by making him an avatar of the Enlightenment in a way. He's inspired by the enlightened despot, which is a real thing in history. But he's worse because they were for religious freedom, which the Emperor was not. In the end, the 30K Imperium is also a mix of a bunch of historical stuff in one giant amalgamation to comment on human history. Only it's more totalitarian and centralized than the 40K era.
I made an interesting point on lore destroyers when it came to fascism.
is more decentralized. Again, we should not see the entirety of human political history only through 2 decades of the 20th century. I feel obliged to repeat myself constantly in an attempt to maintain clarity in such controversial topics. Upon reflecting on the political and historical commentary of this franchise, I concluded that the whole point of Warhammer is to be satire of science fiction more than anything else. Because when you look at a lot of sci-fi, most fictional worlds are actually quite dystopian when you look under the surface. Some are even insanely grimdark by accident, but few in the audience notice just how dystopian it is, even if they're aware of some of it. The robot stories of Isaac Asimov are about how human science results in the creation of an artificial but sentient slave caste that needs to be constantly controlled through constant lobotomy and executions of deviants. In Arthur C. Clarke's 2001 A Space Odyssey, humanity was uplifted by a mysterious alien intelligence that plans to destroy it in the future. And even children's stories are insanely grimdark, like Ender's Game, where humanity brainwashes child soldiers to commit xenocide. It's the original Zeely sequence, and that fictional universe is 10 times worse than Warhammer 40k. And even highly progressive utopian visions meant to be portrayed as an absolute jolly time for humanity is actually just as dystopian as anything else, and made worse by its unbearable hypocrisy. Like the novel and film called Things to Come by H.G. Wells, where a technocratic scientific society takes over the world, undoing silly old traditions, and brings an unceasing, unprecedented era of progress, where humanity will conquer the stars. There's only one problem. In the end, it's just another highly doctrinal society, complete with an equivalent priest class, where people walk around in fancy robes, and the leadership of this society is actually a hereditary monarchy run by a family called, and I shit you not, Cabal. Cabal is their family name. Just why? You know what they say, one man's paradise is another man's retarded power fantasy with zero self-awareness. This is why jocks beating up nerds in school is actually a national service. And I say that as a nerd. Maybe if I'd been bullied more, I'd be able to have a relationship that lasts more than a few years. Anyway, it's disconcerting how most science fiction stories depict disturbing futures for humanity, and a lot of the times those issues are a natural result of trying to interpret human society through merely a scientific and technological perspective. But it leads to an AI creating a rogue black ops organization that controls everyone in the shadows while they think they live in a progressive paradise. Which is literally what happened in Star Trek, by the way. The United Federation Democracy is a lie! Space CIA runs the show! 40k was making fun of this by making the modernist rationalist imperium of man just collapse into a never-ending Middle Ages. It's actually really deep, bro. And in the end, the imperium is run by the Inquisition since it has no oversight or restrictions on its power. Just like Section 31 in Star Trek. These two models of galactic civilization have more in common than you'd think, so it all comes full circle, and it's interesting. I might get into it in another video. Some fans think that 40k is a satire on religion and traditionalism because of all the religious lunatics in the setting, but I think they're wrong. Or if that was the intended satire, it failed spectacularly. The religious
because
lunacy...
it actually keeps the humanity cohesive and together. The Emperor is literally a cornerstone for the people to not get lost, and if they, don't do that, they usually fall into chaos. And sometimes even when they do believe in him, they still fall to chaos because of their own sick, twisted ideals. Which happened quite a few times.
is only a thing 40,000 years in the future precisely because progressivism and the Enlightenment failed so monumentally. So let's reiterate everything that happens in the lore one more time. A technologically obsessed, scientifically oriented progressive humanity created a technology it couldn't control in artificial intelligence, which almost destroyed it. Rationalist atheist humanism wasn't enough to satisfy and guide human civilization who needed to return to religion. The progressive Tao who challenged the Imperium are slowly starting to become more like the Imperium the more they interact with the hostile and paranormal forces of the universe. And the free-loving, sexually open society of the Eldar literally summoned a demon that destroyed their galactic civilization, and they are on their way to extinction. You can't have a satire of tradition placed in humanity's future, because that only occurs if progress failed first, thus ruining the satire. You need to place it in the past, like Mark Twain's A Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's Court. That's the real satire of tradition. And it's boring, and no one reads it anymore except my really pretentious friends. 40k exaggerates every aspect of humanity and civilization to ridiculous proportions, from militant atheism to religious fundamentalism, and it does so by making fun of the effects of science and technology. because science and tech increases human power but not human wisdom. So 40K envisions how tech enlarges every silly aspect of human civilization, not solving the problems, just making them bigger. That's why humanity is forced to stop developing technologically in the first place, to avoid self-destruction. Which it has a point. Think about it. Has all our technology really solved hunger, disease, war, death? Or just
I mean,
made
disease, yes, lots of disease it did, actually. Waste. We can do lots of shit about it. The only two that aren't are these two because of human sin. Greed and lust and thirst for power, you know, all those fucking sins, deadly sins. Now, usually those are the catalyst for these two things to keep happening. Well, on the right side, we have ignorance that is kind of keeping those things alive. Funny how that works.
Potential threats for the entire species. Now we can make unstoppable bioweapons, and war can glass the entire planet. Yeah, some diseases like cholera were wiped out, but there's new ones. And although Fritz Haber saved us all from famine...
Fair, but new ones would have shown up eventually anyway. The Earth doesn't stand still because you want it to. Right? We have to evolve with the Earth. We can't just stagnate in terms of science, right? Health and stuff. Because if back in the day, COVID could have wiped out a good chunk of humanity. We're talking 50-60% if it really wanted to, because our immune systems were that weak back in the day. But nowadays we have such a strong immune system that that doesn't really happen anymore. So I can a small inaccuracy I can point out here. Now, all these small inaccuracies do, you know, pile up a little bit.
By synthesizing ammonia, climate change is a serious threat to the global food supply and might bring famine back in a big way. Like in Brazil, that insane flooding in the south ruined rice crops, which will increase the risk of starvation. Not to mention that both male and female fertility are declining at an alarming rate, with the diminishing health of sperm and ovaries, for reasons we don't understand. At this rate, it's only a matter of time before...
Well, there's lots of reasons we do understand. For example, the hormones in the water, for example. Hey, did my message go through? I don't think so. I'll look at it in my browser instead. How about that? General activities. Apparently they were so against diversity that they removed certain letters that came from English. And so, oh, okay. That's weird.
we mess with something we won't be able to handle. Which is why the science-loving emperor of mankind, who praises the gaining of knowledge, is a liar who limited human knowledge of the nature of the warp. Precisely because limits have to be placed on this thing. So,
well, to be fair, the emperor kinda does have future sight. And with his wisdom of thousands of years, right? Right? Emperor was there for thousands of years. Maybe, I don't, you know. Maybe more, maybe shorter. But yeah, he was there for a really, really long time. Guided humanity throughout it. And in his infinite wisdom and knowledge that he amassed over the years, and power, not, you know, he not only has brain, experience, and strength, but also future sight. And that with all those combined, he saw a really small path for humanity to survive. How does that work? Why are we putting down all these what do you call it, categories, and just saying the emperor doesn't want science? He does. It's just specific ones that help humanity go through that ledge, you know, go along the ledge instead of down towards the ground. It is the same situation with children. You try to do thing and they'll do it anyway. Yeah, not to do a thing. Oh yeah. Even an athlete who was at the peak of his health got the COVID-19 vaccine and actually died. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, you know, ignorance again. The vaccine was absolutely not ready. It was an experimental phase, and they pushed it onto the people anyway because of a multitude of reasons. None of them are really good. So at the end of the day, progress is shut down by ignorance, and the situation of humans doesn't improve because of sin. That's how I see it anyway.
Basing your civilization.
And I'm not really religious either, but sin is a good word to put it.
On the unrestrained progressive pursuit of knowledge just makes you a silly Billy in this universe. 40K also shows the flaws of the progressive assumption by showing how technological progress can make humanity move backwards in terms of social progress, by making knights in armor feasible again as a military asset, which makes modern universal suffrage and democracy unworkable. There's a reason why it only happened in our world with the advent of the musket, which is why the Techno Knights of the Space Marines are the most visible part of the franchise. They're a symbol of technologically reviving historical relics and how technological progress can cause apparent social regression. Because although social progress is possible to a degree via a lot of effort and sacrifice, you're limited by your historical conditions. It's for insights like this, in the setting of 40K, that people feel in a prime level that makes us enjoy it, despite most not wanting to live in this fucked up setting, and despite it being a rather unflattering depiction of humanity as a whole. Because the Imperium of Man faces the darkness of the universe head on, and we see the heroism necessary to do so. Which is cool. It's more appealing than nerds walking around in color-coded pajamas rambling about shield percentages and eating poop scientifically.
I think that's... Wait, what? Federation replicators often recycle waste products by living beings. Physical matter to provide new raw material for replicators? Huh.
Magicked into food. I like Star Trek, by the way, and I watch it often. But I also enjoy making fun of it. The Klingons are the good guys, by the way. Anyway, if there's any point to 40K beyond pew 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 toy soldiers, then it's a contemplation on how bad things can get, especially after the failure of lofty utopian ideals. Which is interesting because the two most similar countries to the Imperium of Man that exist in the world today are Russia and China, both of which are failed projects of progressive movements that promise to explore new and improved horizons for human society. Current China especially because it was founded by a progressive militant atheist who persecuted religion and did his best to wipe it out, only for him to be deified and worship. Check out the fiasco that was Mao's Mongol cult, or this massive golden statue of him built on a literal golden throne. You just can't make this shit up. It was removed because it was too much even for the Chinese government. But that doesn't stop the increasing amount of temples growing in the countryside that worship Mao as a god. And it's not just uneducated country folk, but also generals and officials, leftist scholars. It was starting to seriously freak out even the communist government, who was telling people to calm down on the zealotry. Or they were in 2015. Things may have changed since then. I've seen reports of the government low-key encouraging Mao worship now. North Korea is of course an example of a regime that totally embraces this deification, but this is just one aspect. When you look at China with its cheapness of human life, the terrible working conditions, with high death rates, the censorship, and the countless souls of industrial workers forced to feed the machine of a highly bureaucratic and inefficient empire, as well as the unbearable polluted air and the smog-covered sky, etc., you realize they're just LARPing as Victorian England. So much for the workers' paradise. The Foxconn suicide nets, by the way, in China are literally the most 40K shit you can ever see. China is the closest thing to the Imperium of Man in the real world, which is ironic, considering the Tao faction are obviously Chinese coded, but they're more like Space Singapore, I'd say. The Russians have a similar thing going on, where they were once a lofty, expansionist, progressive atheist empire, operating under materialist doctrine, but there was a collapse of the central authority, and now their declining empire is sending countless people, including convicted criminals, off to die for the empire, even using obsolete and decrepit military equipment from a bygone era, with the nukes, missiles, and submarines now being blessed by priests of the now official state church. Some of these pictures are the most 40K images you'll ever see of real life, and they just don't end. There's countless pictures of this. It's gotten so...
They have tech priests! Holy shit! No, there is nothing wrong with a good blessing on a gun, because you'll take all the luck you can get, whether it be school, real life, you know, games, or war. You'll take that luck. You ain't taking any chances, right? If there's a slim shiver of hope, you take that. I can understand. I can get behind this. Tech priests can be soothed.
So bad that the Orthodox Church had to issue an order for priests to stop blessing weapons of mass destruction. I feel bad for my Orthodox brothers, actually, because corrupt government forces are trying to co-opt their beautiful spirituality for things that aren't very Christian. So please don't think I'm criticizing the Orthodox Church here. I'm not. I'm trying to point out the current state of the Russian government, which still venerates the Soviet atheist leaders like Lenin and Stalin, who initiated brutal persecution of religion in Russia. This weird syncretism with atheist militant progressives and traditional religion gives the whole place a 40K feel to it. The anti-progressive view of human history within 40K is absolutely crucial to its appeal across the board regardless of one's politics. Extremists from both the left and the right tend to love it even when the lore portrays both sets of values as misguided. But it's still appealing to everyone because 40K is about raging against the dark and that defiant and noble spirit that stands firm to the very end. It's also a cathartic way to express the decline of civilization and the changing of an era, which everyone is feeling right now, especially since 2020, regardless if they admit it or not. But I think its main appeal is how refreshing it is as a major franchise with a different perspective inherent to the setting that is distinct from the typical triumphalism of the current year. For now anyway, the ESG money ruins everything. The danger of forcing a specific kind of progressive ideology to dictate every major piece of culture risks turning everything into this one blob where everything looks the same. Do we really need 40K to be yet another Marvel or Star Wars? If you make Warhammer lose its edge and mired by current year politics in a way that makes the characters and entire factions behave in a way that really doesn't make sense for the logic of the setting, then it won't be the thing that made it so popular in the first place, now would it? I myself am a Star Wars refugee. I was really into the Star Wars Expanded Universe back in college until it became a crappier, less well-written version of Marvel after Disney. And I know there's tons like me. The growing success of 40K over the years is directly correlated to Disney's mishandling of Star Wars, which was never a grim, dark reflection of human civilization, but it wasn't a mere product of entertainment either. It was King Arthur in space, with all the legacy that entails. 40K, as it is now, unwittingly captured a similar feeling of the eternal story like Star Wars did, by portraying civilization as an ever-repeating cycle, just like Dune before it. By portraying medievalism in space, it becomes an Arthurian story by default. And it does so by questioning the 4 assumptions of a progressive view of history. Here are the false assumptions. 1. The universe is inherently stable enough to guarantee progress forever. This is more the left-wing assumption of a necessarily benign universe, where the arc of history all but guarantees.
Why is that assumption a thing? Stable enough? How? In what way? We don't know if it's ever expanding or if it has a border. We have no idea. We can barely travel to the moon. Excuse me? That assumption is not necessarily wrong. That's not what I'm saying. But it's a very, very detrimental assumption, because if you operate with that assumption, the amount of failure you're gonna expect is huge instead. Because you don't have concrete evidence for that to be true. This is weird. This is fucking weird.
And we're typically progressing to a utopia of some kind. We're naturally evolving and nature is guiding the way. However, in truth, evolution doesn't lead to guaranteed development, but adaptation, which is not the same. You can increase in intelligence or lose intelligence or stagnate depending on the conditions. Like the
Exactly. There's multiple animals that through evolution have gotten very fucked by evolution. Koalas that have the stomach of a what was it? Fucking meat eater, god damn it. But only eat eucalyptus, so their body can't break it down properly and they have to eat 70% of the day. Smooth brain. the fucking, what is his name again? Cacao bird? Copo bird? I don't remember. That can't fly, only climb, but he can only climb a little bit, and every time he mistakes his fucking feet for a stick and falls down to his death. He can barely multiply, and then there's now carnivores on his island where he was alone before with no actual predator, and now, yeah, fuck. Yeah, there's so many things in evolution that fucked up. Evolution is not perfect.
Quality people. Comfortable conditions cause decline. Also, entropy is inevitable, which will cause collapse that sets progress back, which leads to...
I'd have to double check, but I thought I read somewhere there is science that indicates the space is expanding. We have no concrete proof, though. There's multiple theories for any of those, that it has borders, but only once we see it can we verify it, right? There's multiple theories about the space, about the universe, but we don't know. We are far too limited in our reach to do so.
To the second assumption, that the chaos of entropy and conflict are what guarantees progress, evolution through the eternal struggle to life. This is more the right-wing view, war as the great purifier. But in truth, too much chaos destroys everything, and it's more than likely that you'll eventually be destroyed by something bigger in this scenario, eventually. Until entropy consumes everything in the heat death of the universe, making your development and struggles pointless, ultimately. Third assumption, tradition is the enemy of progress. Untrue. Progress doesn't come from dismantling the past and resetting everything. That just makes you reinvent the wheel like an idiot. Or reinvent slavery, like what the Soviets did with labor camps, as opposed to moving beyond slavery, like the British monarchy did. True progress comes from building on the foundation that came before. Tradition just means the transfer of customs and ideas through the generations. Progressivism itself is a tradition of thought. If your tradition is to question and dismantle tradition, you won't progress, you'll destroy yourself in cognitive dissonance when your descendants obey the spirit of that idea by dismantling what came before, which means dismantling the idea of progress, which is what happened with postmodernism. Fourth assumption, embrace change. Newer is always better. Silly, of course. Not all change is good. You need to differentiate between what is progress and what is degeneration. Traditional...
For us, for my community here that is full of gamers, new games are shit. Lots of the new games are shit. Let's admit it. Easy proof of verification that new things aren't always better. Not enough, you say? Alright. A new product comes out, high quality. Newer ones, the copies from China, are they better or worse? There are so many. Again, yes, the original new product may have been good, but still. Fuck you, Pragmata is great. Yeah, but mixtape's shit. Fucking Harpy taking over E33 is a tragedy, but they were always French. Oh. Yeah, Happy Son. Pragmata is great, I agree. But mixtape is kinda shit. Yeah, but it's advertised as a game. Therefore, my point is proven.
Knowledge becomes a great way to do that, because if a tradition was effective enough to last this long, it must know...
They proved it via some sort of red waves or something. Well, I will have to find them. I can show. Yeah, but you are going by a philosophy of empiricism. See, touch, etc. Yeah, kind of. Again, the final proof is what you experience, if you can actually experience it. Because you can prove something through theory all you want, right? In theory, there's many things that are possible that are in practice just impossible, right? That's where my cognitive dissonance comes from with the theory that you're trying to prove, or saying that it's been proven. That's where I'm coming from.
Know a thing or two about avoiding ideas or habits that would cause it to degenerate and die off. Progress through tradition. We progress by trying to live up to the eternal ideals instead of changing ideals because of dumb young people in universities who think they know better. The Warhammer 40k universe is a franchise that explores these four assumptions in the lore, and the story elements are narrative ways to express anguish at our own grimdark universe. In 40k, the warp will eventually engulf everything and destroy all life. It's pretty much a given. This is akin to the aforementioned heat death of the universe. But there is hope in 40k in the form of faith. The Emperor's faith in a vision he saw for humanity, and the faith that the Emperor will return. Or the Eldari, with their faith in one of their gods. It's the faith in divine intervention, basically. A transcendent power that defends the existence of life. Whether or not this faith is well-founded, 40k doesn't answer that. But it does answer that this faith is absolutely necessary to fuel civilization in a bleak universe. Now, it's important to note that progress does exist, but it's only one part of the cycle that happens before decline. Progress only occurs via great sacrifice, and it can be easily lost without proper vigilance. History moves forwards and also moves backwards, which is why the progressive types are only partly correct. However, I believe that history also moves upwards, while it moves forward and backwards, essentially being a three-dimensional spiral, motherfucker. I'm not on drugs, I swear. My point is, as the cycle of history keeps going through the eras, it does tend to progress higher than previous eras, but they also tend to collapse more catastrophically as well. And the same story of empires rising and falling seems to be told over and over, again and again, in a larger scale, but with the same archetypes repeating themselves over and over. Here's the grand narrative of civilization. The people used to live in the good times, in a golden age. Then things get bad as a tyrant takes over and oppresses the people in poverty and deprivation. Then comes a great leader that founds a new era. Then the people in this new golden era sin against the heavenly order, and they fall under the sway of a mad tyrant again and are back into poverty and oppression, until a new great leader comes along, sets them free, and the cycle goes on and on. You see this cycle in several mythologies and religious narratives, and in the Bible, but especially in the book of Judges. And this is the grand narrative that repeats itself over and over in Warhammer lore, with Guilliman being the latest iteration of the great leader coming to the rescue for his people. This is also the story of the Book of Revelations, where the cycle is believed to play out for the very last time before the final end of history. It's the cycle of civilization, and it first played out with just a few cities in the Middle East, with Sargon of Akkad and whatnot.
Just a second. Alright. Cool. There we go. Scientists observed that light from distant galaxies is shifted towards the red end of the spectrum. This is called cosmological redshift. The farther away a galaxy is, the more redshifted it tends to. This matches what we'd expect if galaxies are moving away each other. More precisely, if space itself is stretching. This relationship is called the Hubble limit law. Hold on, but space is stretching when there's a big body of mass, like a black hole. Everything around a black hole stretches towards the black hole, to be honest, yeah. But the same applies to our sun. So, I don't know. God damn it, stop scrolling, YouTube. Fuck. It happens in all directions, not just one. That suggests the universe itself is expanding rather than as simply moving through static space. Yes, but the same can be applied with, the space shifting around a large body of something. The cosmic microwave background, this is the one strongest piece of evidence. I have no idea what that means. The universe is filled with faint microwave radiation coming from every direction in space. This is called the cosmic microwave background. Let's see. This in part as leftover heat from an early hot dense state of the universe. God damn it. The CMB fits the predictions of... Holy fuck, stop scrolling, YouTube. Oh my god. Scale, structure, formations all match. Expansion models, aesthetic, universe struggles to explain the ACMB naturally. The universe was hotter and denser in the past. When astronomers look far away, they are also looking backward in time, and they see younger galaxy, denser, early structure, shorter, earlier conditions. This is exactly what expansion predicts. The universe is expanding now. It must have been smaller, denser, and hotter in the past. Supernova measurements show expansion accelerating in the late 1990s. Astronomers use type LA supernova as standard candles. They found distant supernovas were dimmer than expected, implying the universe's expansion is actually speeding up. This led to the idea of dark energy, scientists still debating exactly what the dark energy is. It is, but the expansion evidence itself is very strong. Expansion is considered overwhelmingly supported because multiple independent observations agree the math predicts new observations successfully alternative. Models generally fail to explain all the data together. James Webb Space Telescope and other surveys have even intensified some debates about the exact expansion rate. God damn! Holy Q. I see that, but again, they still don't have concrete proof, as far as I see it anyway. Now, given that is very, whatchamacallit, that did seem very convincing, though.
Now, involving the entire planet. Having the cycle continue out into space on a galactic scale seems only natural, which is why the space opera genre seems so reactionary, with empires and monarchs and mystics being an eternal aspect to civilization that just repeats itself over and over again. And this started with Isaac Asimov in his Foundation series, which is what inspired the entire genre. And Asimov was a very creative and progressive thinker, but even he had trouble imagining a way out of the cycle. But that's a topic for another time. And with that, I'd like to thank you, my patrons. You're the bulwark that keeps chaos from consuming this channel into oblivion. And thank you all for listening to my ramblings. Have a good day, my friends.
All those nights I wish you'd stayed underneath the Milky Way. With every step our hearts implore, in the dark we long for more.
I'll let this play out.
Stars above their
This was why 40k triggers people by Pilgrim's Past.
Dance like flickering
Like,
lights,
comment,
guiding
and
us through
subscribe.
silent sights. With every step our past unfolds, stories whispered, tales untold.
And we'll see each other after this, you know. Bye-bye after this is over. So, bye-bye. You said you have to see it, see to believe it, but they are actually seeing. Again, but they didn't have anything concrete still. From what I could gather from all the explanations you had, is that again they still use terms like suggests that this is the case, right? They are still gathering evidence for it, which in the end could lead to a different outcome. Like we've seen so many times happen in our history. No, I'm not saying it's exactly wrong. I'm just saying I need more to have it as proof. Personally. As culture, tradition is based on what a group of people are willing to sacrifice for a set benefit. I agree. And that set benefit is not in our interest anymore for a long time now. Indeed, indeed. Next. Oh, this one's gonna be fun. This one's gonna be fun. Have results, but no explanation. Hence, it suggests. Yeah. Weird lore about you from Rhino. Rhino didn't have any lore about me. What the fuck do you mean? Hold on, what the fuck do you mean? He asked me today if I was fucking gay. Because he had a genuine misunderstanding about me. Hold on, wait a minute. That dude has no idea. There is no lore that you can get from him. Now hold on, wait a minute. That is not true. Mainstream cosmological model is lambda CBDM model, and with that model, the universe has been expanding for around 13.8 billion years. The expansion is currently accelerating. That framework is strongly supported by observations. Yes. Science always does that? Yeah, I know, but still. Anyway, this is Shoe on Head, and I believe Smugalana. Oh yeah. This is Shoe on Head and Smugalana's on Shoe on Head's channel. So, with their video, Men Goon to You, responding to Hassan's meltdown about Shoe.
The other day, I made a video about the Pragmata video game drama and covered some insane opinions people were having about it. How the game activated some fatherly instinct in some men, and how people were calling those men creepy incels for having the basic human desire to start a family. A small part of that video was covering far-left Twitch streamer Hassan Piker's awful opinion about it. I will play-
And his crash out. About being in a Shoe on Head video.
play that segment in its entirety so you have some context.
What's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things you actually enjoy, right? If you're a lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, it's just not something that you're gonna experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right? This is something that I never understand.
Wow, maybe there's a reason people are yearning to start a family and can't afford to have one and can't seem to find a partner. They feel alienated from their work and atomized from their community. If only there was a political commentator around to speak about all this. Oh well, guess not. First of all, the only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. Second of all, what is this nihilistic horse shit? You never aspire for anything, never aim for greatness and meeting. And I love how he's like unfuckable losers. Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro.
Hold on. I'm gonna use a different term, but Quango, did I just catch you having dreams?
Check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hassan. Also, 35? No kids? Sitting in his ugly ass $600 Gucci sweater. I swear I've never seen this guy in a fucking normal ass t-shirt. Sitting on his high horse, looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind-raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept.
That was 3 minutes of a 30-minute long video. I didn't think much of it, I just uploaded it and moved on. The next day I woke up and my YouTube homepage was flooded with videos like Shoe on Head just ended Hassan. Shoe on Head destroys Hassan. Shoe on Head finishes on Hassan. Wait, what? I had no idea what was going on. And to my surprise, he actually responded back, which then prompted a bunch of new videos. Hassan just had his biggest meltdown. Hassan's biggest meltdown yet. Shoe on Head has completely mind-broken Hassan. His response to me couldn't be that bad. Right? Right?
What an unbearable fucking way to exist, dude. Oh, I'm getting all my politics from Shoe on Head. Ooh, look at me. I'm an emo girl. Ooh, look at me. 4chan guys who are now 38 years old want to fap to me. Why would you openly admit that you listen to Shoe on Head? What the f is wrong with you?
In this video, I'm going to show my raw reaction to his response, and throughout that will be sprinkled in like normal commentary. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I was really debating whether or not to do a response response to his response, but like everyone else is covering this crash out, so why wouldn't I, the subject of said crash out, cover it myself? Like there's currently a resolution in Congress to like disavow Hassan Piker, the same thing that they did to Nick Fuentes, disavowing private citizens for what they said on the internet. What are we doing here? Does our government really have nothing better to do? Like there is so much going on in the country right now, so much going on in the world right now.
Yeah, all the corrupt mayors, for example, but no. Hassan, #1 priority. I mean, you know, but still.
Like decades worth of news happens like every week. Every day there is a breaking story of the most insane stuff you've ever heard in your life. Everyone is expected to have a fully formed opinion immediately. But the reality is, when a story first breaks, you're probably not seeing the full picture. Usually. And that's why for 5 years now, I have been using today's sponsor, Ground News. So let's quickly give them a shout out before we dive into today's reaction and video, shall we? When you browse the news, you will probably arrive at completely different conclusions, depending on what outlet you see first. For example, if you saw this headline first,
there's a big screen!
Things are going according to plan, and the war may be over soon, and this is just a smart pressure tactic to get the deal done. However, if you saw this headline first, you might think that things are going to escalate. And if you saw this headline first, you might think Trump is going crazy and probably is not emotionally stable enough to even be the president. 3 headlines, 3 completely different conclusions. And that's why today's sponsor, Ground News, is so important. Ground News is a website and an app designed to make reading the news easier and more data-driven. Every day they pull in thousands of stories from all around the world, and each story comes with visual breakdowns of political leanings and ownership bias. Let's go back to that story to see it in action. Right away, you can see that 117 outlets covered this story. That's a lot. You can also see the bias distribution chart for the story. The coverage was pretty even all across the political spectrum. And under that, you can check the overall factuality and ownership. You can even see who broke the news first, which is pretty cool. But one of my favorite features of Ground News has to be the blind spot feature. It is so fun. It basically shows you news stories that have been covered by one side of the political spectrum, but ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how the US government wants Google to share data on an unidentified Canadian Trump critic. Bizarre and dystopian. 32 outlets covered this story, 22 were left-wing, and only 2 were right-wing. That's insane. I am definitely going to read up on this. I've been using Ground News for years now. It is one of the first apps I check in the morning. It really helps me digest all the news better and helps cut through all the noise. But don't just take my word on it. The Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. Best of all, I'm currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all their amazing features. So go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code here on screen, or use the link in the video description down there. Big thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. I can always count on you. Right? And now, without further ado, let's get back to this video.
I don't know, Shuken.
So I thought it would be fun if someone joined me responding to this, because it is so ridiculous. I needed somebody to like bounce off with, because I felt like I needed some like emotional moral support, because I feel like I'm going insane watching this. So I am joined here today with the lovely Smug Alana, the VTuber, everyone's favorite Oshi.
Hey guys, I'm a JPEG and I would bow, but I can't, so just pretend I am doing it right now.
Nice bounce.
Well, I mean, it'll get the views in, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, you were on the last Shoe on Head video. I will literally myself if you bring that shit up in here, okay? Why? What do you want me to do? Myself in the face, not die in the process, but at least lose significant chunks of my brain so I can operate at the same substandard, suboptimal IQ level that Shoe on Head and her dumb audience operates in, so I can do a regular response to that? Is that what you want me to do?
Why is he so mad? Still has yet to bring up anything. 0 points. Like, 0 points addressed.
How many seconds in are we?
I basically made the same joke in my video about like giving myself brain damage so I could understand.
Trying to follow the logic here. Let me Let me just give myself some brain damage.
Imagine being that chatter. Like, hey, Hassan, did you check out this video?
Ooh, look at me. I'm an emo girl, and I change my politics
Emo?
all the
Wait,
f***ing
hold
time.
on, wait a minute.
Ooh.
Time out. Time out.
Emo?
Emo?
How?
I wasn't even gonna bring that up. No, hold on. For me, it's the wild way that he frames having nuanced opinions, like depending on the subject. Like, God forbid you disagree with Hassan Piker, the arbiter of correct opinions of the internet.
I do not have that many videos. I have like 100 videos in the span of like a decade. You could go randomize and click on any of those videos, and you wouldn't be able to tell if it was made today or 10 years ago.
Wait, what?
Which, honestly,
I watch show videos just like that also. What are you talking about?
I shouldn't be bragging about, but okay, my point is I haven't changed that much. And the things I have changed my mind about, I'm very open about. The way he's framing people changing their minds, changing their political opinions over time as like a bad thing is bizarre, especially as a guy whose goal is, I assume, to change people's mind politically. He's totally for people changing their minds politically, but only when they change their mind to agree with him. He supports people changing their mind as new information presents itself. He supports iDubbbz apologizing for the crime of being funny 5 years ago. But when it comes to me changing my mind on like 3 things over the course of a decade, that's bad.
Yes.
Like, yes, I've changed on a few things, obviously. From the ages 23 to 35, yes, your opinions are gonna change a little sometimes.
No way, really?
Like, you probably don't believe the same things you believed like 10 years ago.
No, absolutely not. Well, I think in that video that you talked about, I don't know, I remember like a couple of months ago, you were like, I had a baby, and then I lived in the city, and then I was like, man, maybe safety and putting money into the police isn't that bad, you guys. And maybe that was different when you were like 20 or 25.
Right, exactly. Like, when I was living in like sheltered suburbs, I was like, AJAB, f the police. And then you live, and then you're an adult with a child, and you live in the city, and it's like, oh, actually, no, we need more police.
Never mind.
I just confuse terminally left-right brained people. I always have. Hyper-partisan people absolutely hate me because they can't just like put me into a neat little box and then smash that box with a hammer. Of course Hassan usually can hand-wave away critics like, oh, they're just an Israel shill, they're just a Zionist. He can't do that with me. He hand-waves them away by calling them neocons or neoliberals. He can't do that with me. Alt-right incels. He can't do that with me. So what does he do? He malfunctions and starts calling me emo. Like, okay, man, you got me. Emo is when eyeliner, I guess. In the hyper-partisan mind, it is completely impossible to hold several non-contradictory opinions at the same time, like wanting free healthcare but also wanting a strong border. Like, to me, those aren't contradictory whatsoever. In fact, that works together. You don't want to override your healthcare system, right? Your focus should be American citizens. Like, in their mind, like, Denmark doesn't exist, right? They think like, oh, if you think unions are important, you must also be for minors having HRT. Like, no, you believe in public transportation, you also have to believe in abolishing prisons. Like, no. Sorry, no. I don't know how my ideology is confusing. I don't know how they see that as, like, flip-flopping or being a grifter. When to me, it's, like, completely normal, common sense stuff. Like, you can't have a country in decay like this. You can't. It will not be fixed by people like Hassan telling young men not to aspire for anything and saying stupid shit like telling people it's cool to steal.
Would you steal from Whole Foods?
I'm pro stealing from big corporations.
Like, what in the fucking LARP is that? Yeah, stealing is so cool, dude.
And then being called out on it and saying, it was a joke! Take a joke, guys!
From big corporations, so those big corporations move out of that community, and then that community turns into a crime-ridden, unsafe shithole ghost town and a food desert. Like, yeah, bro, you're really fighting the man. Listen, you can tell people that billionaires are the real enemy until you are blue in the face, and it might be true.
Yeah, millionaires, leave those alone. Yeah, they didn't do nothing wrong. It's the billionaires. Where have I heard that one from? I think it was a woman. Twitch streamer, even. Huh.
But Jeff Bezos isn't the one stabbing them on a train, you know? You can't have a peaceful, functioning, socialist, or even social democratic society with the delusional social policies of Hassan Piker. You just can't. Anyway, sorry, I'm going on a tangent. It's just so funny he sees my politics as, like, incoherent, when to me, his politics are the ones that are incoherent. The video was barely political. My response to him was about his, like, nihilistic mindset when it comes to young men. Because for years, we had to watch the media shove this guy down our throat like he was the Joe Rogan of the left. Oh, he was gonna save young men from the alt-right pipeline. By the way, this guy is never going to be the Joe Rogan of the left, because like Joe Rogan, at least Joe Rogan from years ago, I don't know about now, was all about listening to other people's beliefs and hearing other people's opinions. Hasan does not do that.
Nope.
Hasan closes his ears and goes, la la la, I can't hear you, you're stupid, I'm smart. For years, we had to listen to how this guy is gonna push young men away from the GOP. They are leaving the GOP, but they're not going to the Democrats, and I don't know if they're going to the left either. But anyway, my video was not political. In fact, the only part that like was political was the part where I agree with Hasan about the genocide in Gaza.
If you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience.
Very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean.
My point there was, you can't be telling young men to only care about things that directly affect them and then make it your life mission to tell those same young men to care about things that don't directly affect them.
Do you want me to lose chunks of my brain? Do you want me to John Fetterman myself so I can understand the compelling argument the Shuon head makes? One that should have been left in the dustbin of history all the way back in 2016.
As if opinions from 2016 aren't still here today that are good.
Literally, technically, I mean, I'll put my stats on the screen. I am literally more relevant today than 2016. Like, more people are watching. So these aren't opinions from 2016. These are opinions from now, Hasan. People disagree with you now.
Look at me as an emo girl. 4chan guys who are now 38 years old want to fap to me.
Wait, 4chan guys want to fap to me? Wait, I thought it was super cool and progressive to have like an army of men who simp for you online. That's not very woke of you, Hasan.
First of all, I like how you use the word fap.
That's so old, isn't it? It's like gooning now.
Yes,
Come
it's
on.
gooning. Come on, get with the times. It should have been left in 2016, Hasan. Come on. If this was said by anyone else, he would be calling it misogynistic and sexist. But it's being said by someone with the hive mind approved opinion, so it's okay. It's called dark woke, Chud. We decided to become more hypocritical and annoying. You wouldn't get it. If I was getting paid for men to fap to me like many of his friends and ex-girlfriend porn star do for a living, that would be fine, he would support it. But since I don't do that and I'm just like a normal YouTuber, it's a way to insult and degrade me. It is interesting though how Hasan uses unfuckable as an insult to hurl towards men and fuckable as an insult to hurl towards women. I think it was Bell Hooks that once argued that patriarchy harms men by reducing their worth to status and conquest, while women are harmed by being reduced to only their desirability and being conquered. You should not be getting feminism mogged by someone who does not call themselves a feminist, Hasan. Not a good look, buddy. And also, bro, you thirst trap more than I ever have in my entire life. You are on the cover of JQ.
GQ?
You are on the cover of GQ in a f***ing hot tub. I will put the picture up there as censored as I can, just to shield everyone's eyes.
Like little rubber ducky on his pee-pee.
You are spread eagle in a magazine. Let me read this to you. Let me read what this journalist said. Are you ready for this? Here's how Hasan Piker starts each day, working out, shooting the shit. It's Monday. 8:30 a.m. and we're in the backyard of a house in West Hollywood where there's a makeshift private gym with benches, pull-down machines, and dumbbells galore. This is where 34-year-old political influencer keeps his thirsted after body fit.
What? By the way, written by a male too. And I'm just like, I would have thought it was, yes, I'm pretty sure.
He strips his shirt off. An army of girl-open gays, which would kill to be where I am now, next to Piker as he pants in a pair of neon shorts with black Calvin.
Holy shit, holy fanfic, what the hell?
Pine boxers poking out.
A socialist, by the way.
Sunlight glistening off the sweat beading on his chest. So when it's women and gays thirsting after you, then it's a good thing. But God forbid straight men find you attractive. This is the dude that has to keep his girlfriend a secret like some kind of K-pop star so he can like be e-boyfriend for his parasocial female fans. I'm always talking about being married, like when I'm in a relationship, I'm talking about being in a relationship, whatever. I'm the whore, not the one playing e-boyfriend.
You're covered up! You can make the argument.
No. She's showing neck. How dare she? Fucking harlot. How dare she show skin? She should be covered up more. Yeah, right?
When people say like, oh, well, she's just a pair of anime tits on the screen. Okay, fair point. However, Shu doesn't even like have anything that she wears in her YouTube videos that are like revealing. Like, she's very moderate.
People, wait, hold on, sorry. My dad is calling. Wait.
Dad, put me on the phone with the left in a mega body.
I'm so glad I'm not eating lunch. I would have lost map. Oh goddamn.
Bro, that always stuck with me.
A progressive mind and a mega body.
What
do you
is
even
that?
mean by that?
Being attractive and eating healthy and working out is right wing. What the f are we smoking?
For like a good 3 years, there was this really weird campaign to make Hassan Piker like the face of progressive masculinity in a bizarre attempt to move men to the left. A progressive in a MAGA body, they said, which like, what the f did they mean by that? Hey guys, we're not all ugly dysgenic freaks. Look, there's one of us who's attractive. What? Mr. Piker's success on camera, in some part, has been aided by the fact that he is, by conventional standards, a very handsome man. He is 6 feet 4 inches tall and built like a professional athlete. A square jaw, a beard, and a head of thick dark hair. It's the one aspect many of my haters can't shake, Mr. Piker said of his appearance in a Twitch broadcast last year. They can't turn around and be like, you're not hot. Indeed, tens of thousands of viewers may watch his videos for his political views, but many also tune in for their view of Mr. Piker himself, whose social media profiles are littered with suggestive images.
As in, it puts down the professional athletes' effort. Because they have to put in the work, right? For whatever they're athletic about.
Of his muscly body in states of undress, or thirst traps, as the pictures are known. Some of his fans scrape, screenshot, clip, and repackage them into fan cams that travel across the internet, glorifying Mr. Piker's appearance and indirectly his beliefs. That is yet again another mainstream article saying one of the only reasons people watch Hassan is because he's attractive, and that he uses his appearance and thirst traps to gain a following. So is he like projecting onto me? Is that what this is? Is he like insecure about his thirst traps and his reputation of being nothing but eye candy? And listen, I'm not delusional, okay? Obviously your looks can help take you further in life online and offline. Like if I was morbidly obese or hideously ugly, I probably wouldn't have like half the following I have. You can easily say the same thing for Hassan. But at least I organically collected my simps and didn't have some like astroturfed glaze fest propping me up for years as some kind of like political sex symbol. Embarrassing.
Guys who are now 38 years old want to fap to me.
38? You mean 3 years older than us, Hassan?
Yeah. Oh my god, the people that are in my demographic.
And what's so funny is like his little fangirls were coming at me on Twitter like, you're nearly 40 and you dress like a Hot Topic cashier. Man, Hassan and I are the exact same age. I think we're a month apart in age. And like, look how he dresses. We are literally co-workers at the Hot Topic, okay?
People like Shuonhead are basically a humanoid version of a Reddit aggregator.
Reddit? Reddit hates me.
Literally 80% of his audience are Redditors. Are we for real right now?
Bro is loved on Reddit. Like, why didn't he say 4chan or Twitter? He's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like, he can't even banter or do the jokes correctly.
Unironically, I think this entire rant, this clip, just sounds like if you were just to post the question, what do you think of Shuonhead on r/politics, and then read the comment section.
Yes.
It's just angry Reddit-coded malding. You wanna know the worst part? This is the best thing you could come up with. This is the best you could do.
Jesus Christ. What an unbearable way to exist, dude. Oh, I'm getting all my politics from Shuonhead. If you're getting your politics from a person like Shuonhead, you should be embarrassed.
What do you mean, get your politics from Shuonhead? I don't expect my audience to get their politics from me. I expect them to be entertained, to laugh, to think, to engage with the discourse at hand. I don't try to, like, pass off as someone you should get your politics from. I don't think my audience should get their politics from me or any YouTuber for that matter. I think they should do their own research, come to their own conclusions. I just say my opinions, and people are free to agree or disagree. Hassan, on the other hand, like, really thinks he's some serious political commentator. Bro, you're a Twitch streamer. I'm a YouTuber. But that's the difference between you and I. I know what I am.
Oh my God, the things I want to say to people like this.
Then say it.
Say it. Say it, pussy. Did you change into a suit because I made fun of his Gucci shirt?
Like, you can literally see him scanning his chat of domestic terrorists, like Redditor for insults, right?
This is so lazy.
I find it more compelling when someone deconstructs why you're being stupid. I swear, I think if he had an audience that thought it was okay, he would obviously bring up that you're a girl. Stupid woman. It's like he's fighting his bro, like, instincts.
He's reverting back to bro tips, Hassan Piker.
This week's bro tip is about bringing out the alpha male in you.
Oh my God, I see what you guys mean by head small even more now.
Example of what happens when your father doesn't pay attention to you. You turn out to be a slut who's craving.
Did his head just shrink?
Example of what happens when your father doesn't pay attention to you. You turn out to be a slut who's craving for attention, and then I tend to pick you up at a bar late night and bang you out on the first date.
All his insults I've already 8-miled him on, because I've already made fun of the fact that my eyeliner is from 2008. I'm in no position to talk about style. I still do my makeup like it's 2009. I already made fun of the fact that you shouldn't get your politics from me. If you were going to shoe on head for political information, you're deep fried.
He never self-insults. Like, you can make jokes about yourself. Like, I've joked about a million times, like, oh, I'm a 400-pound man behind an avatar. Like, it's funny. Like, who gives a f? I feel like just takes himself way too seriously. The most popular streamers, every single one that I can name that are at the top with Twitch with Hassan, every single one of them at least, like, makes jokes about their appearance. Asmon talks about how he's bald and doesn't have any teeth. He leaves himself so exposed to being made fun of, and then he wonders why everybody makes fun of him. Like, just join in. It's part of being a human being.
Yes. Honestly, good luck, dude.
What? That's it? That's it?
He like to wipe the drool off his mouth. He's like frothing.
Frothing at the mouth like a bulldog.
Alright, so then we got one of these Hassan orbiters. So a former booby streamer. This is Casey Tron.
Oh my god, I cannot stand this girl. This shoe on head girl, pick me woman.
Why?
Shoe on head and her dumb audience.
Her dumb audience of incels. Like, I don't know. It's like, shoe on head, if you like care so much about these incels, go one.
This is such
she has a husband.
Retarded whore. Like, I love the implication too that, like,
hold on.
Shoe on head, if you like care so much about these incels, go one.
This is such a self-report for being a retarded whore. Like, I love the implication too that, like, Casey Trout thinks the only way you can truly care about men is if you have sex with them. Does this thought process just come free with not having a father figure? Do I have to have unresolved daddy issues to comprehend this?
Is that problematic for me to say?
A little bit.
It's just retarded.
Like, prove you care so much about these incels and their inability.
Even Alana's going, stop! He's already dead. Thought process?
to get sex, go one. Oh, wait, you won't? Because you're just grifting to them?
Wait, what? How many left-wingers are you fucking? How many people on your political spectrum are you fucking? Oh, 0? Oh, you're a grifter! That's so dumb! That's so dumb!
Like, you don't even want to get with them either. But you'll condemn other women for not wanting to who you don't want to Okay.
Oh my God.
When did I ever condemn women for not wanting to people? What is it? Hat on foot again?
That's the other point, but holy shit, you have to fuck the people you're on the political side of? So, I guess, women in my chat, I guess, fuck me, I guess. I think Shu's husband was a former shoe hater. Shu absolutely won.
Hat on foot making YouTube videos from Earth 2 about how women owe men sex.
What? Yeah. Really fantasizing.
Why is everything sex with these people too. Like, everything is sex. You talk about the human desire to.
Well, time to find a lady as secretly deranged as I am, I guess.
Like create a family and have like a legacy, and they're like, sorry you can't get laid, incel. Sorry you can't get pussy.
Says the chick that sits in her room all day and smokes weed until she's numb.
Gay man straight. What the fuck?
Are you being serious? Dog, what are you?
If you look up the dangers of smoking marijuana in like a Kids Dare pamphlet, there's just a picture of Casey Tron's face.
You're happily married and have a child, but because some fat retard on Twitter thinks you're a grifter, you're gonna need to f a bunch of random men to prove them wrong. What do you just have to do? Like a weekly raffle, pull a random inside? How do you verify that
Subscriber number 20?
Yeah.
I stand by what I said. Shoeonhead should be thanking me for giving her and her incel following. Say it again, award! Say it again,
incel! It's like a parrot, man.
What? Incel!
You know Jafar from Disney?
Hassan is Jafar. And
yeah.
Incel. He's like, good girl. Yes, give her a cracker. So once again, people in his chat brought up my video. He has not responded to it. He has not made a single point. Called me emo, called me irrelevant,
God.
but he didn't call me wrong. Notice that.
Never
Never.
They call you emo, but they'll never call you wrong.
Did you see what Shuan had responded on Twitter? No. Also,
what is it?
What?
What?
Who cares?
Fair enough.
Dude, that laugh is.
Bro, what? I'm not hot at all. That's my best imitation.
Killing me.
Who cares? Bro, the fake laugh. What is going on?
What are you guys talking?
Son trying not to cry with that laugh. Holy shit, you're right.
About, man?
What are you guys talking? What is going on?
Holy shit, you're right.
What are you guys talking about, man?
Bro, his voice case gave out. Holy fuck!
Man. What are you guys talking about?
Bro, I'm literally over here talking about how I'm doing a rally with someone who's running in Philadelphia.
I'm out here doing the revolution, okay? Like, that's cute, Hassan. That's adorable.
He's not a politician, man.
I'm not owned, Hassan holding back. Molding tears!
And the majority of the people that know your name only ever heard of you because you electrocuted your dog live on stream.
Kaya, please just fucking go. Just stop.
Oh, man. That dog really didn't deserve that, man.
You don't understand that 95% of his fan base are terminally online Redditors? Like, they don't give a fuck about your rally, bro, in the background over here. They want you to call Shoeonhead a Nazi to validate their hatred and their feelings.
Whatever the Shoeonhead said.
Yeah, no, you're joking. Stop.
Hassan is pissed because, like, he's finally out doing something in the real world, and the only thing people care about, the only thing people are talking about in regards to him online right now is this. And you know what? To be, like, completely fair, which is something these people would never do for me, this was a better response than his first response. He's basically just like, I don't care. I'm busy doing, like, real things in the real world. Okay. Fair enough, understandable, have a nice day. But then, then he says this.
Talk to me when we got the Wiki Feet ratings up for Shoeonhead.
The what? Hold on. The what?
This.
Talk to me when we got the Wiki Feet ratings up for Shoeonhead. Okay?
What?
What's their Wiki Feet looking like?
What?
Okay?
What? What? Am I correct to assume he's talking about feet?
What's her?
What? Did I listen to what that woman said? No, absolutely not. Let me know if I can see her feet, though.
What?
Look at her face in that comment. Oh, wow, she is visibly disgusted. That is a woman in distress. Holy shit.
What's her?
That is a cry for help. Oh my god! I am so sorry. That... Oh my god. Son asking on Dan Clancy's behalf? Holy fuck.
What's your...
What is going on? Did I listen to what that woman said? No, absolutely not. Let me know if I can see her feet, though. What? Honestly, it would be Giga Chat if it came from anyone funny or likable.
Like, if the chatter didn't even bring it up, why did you bring up WikiFeed?
I know. By the way, if you guys don't know, WikiFeed is a website where people upload pictures of, like, celebrities' feet. Let's look up Hassan's foot.
Oh my, no way. He's got his bare tootsies online.
Wait! I have a higher feet score than Hassan. Is this what this is about?
He's mad?
He's been foot mogged.
By the way, never addressed anything you said. Never.
No. Fashizi, can you not show up when they're talking about feet? Can you not show up in the exact moment WikiFeed ratings come onto the screen? Can you not? I swear to God, Fashizi. Oh no! No, the universe knows the lore has to be maintained. I don't think that's lore, man. I think that's your preference, bro. Did you do this on purpose, or was that just horrible timing?
Even attempted to refute a point.
No.
Just starts going on about like WikiFeed.
If I sold feet pics, if I sold pictures of my feet,
Oh
would he
my God.
use this as an insult? No, because he's Mr. Sex Positive, Mr. Sex Work is Real Work, Mr.
It's
Brothel
sex
Boy.
work, yeah. I'm making
Oh,
a
God.
difference, unlike Shu and her stupid video. Also, did you know she's stupid?
She's stupid. Don't go watch the video. Don't go watch it, guys. She's stupid.
Also, her feet are kind of nice looking.
Don't show the boomy man. God damn it, fuck
The
off.
craziest part about all of this was after his crash out and like after everyone was
Yeah,
making fun
yeah.
of him, he gets on Twitter and he's like, I've yet to watch any of her content. Excuse me?
Oh my god, you called her opinion stupid and everything. You bashed her in all the way. Well, at least tried to anyway. And at the end, you're just gonna say, I had no context whatsoever, never knew anything. I just assumed that she was gonna be stupid because she's a woman. God damn, brother. God damn. We must get... No.
So what the f are you basing all of this on? How am I stupid? How do I change my politics? How am I just an emo girl that men fap to? Either A, he's lying and he has seen my content, or B, he's just blindly repeating things he's seen other people say about me. Either way, it's pathetic. He's stuck between like wanting to be above it all. Ugh, I don't even know who that is. I'm out here doing the revolution and wanting to
Yup.
tear me down. But he can't do both. So as it stands right now, what he's saying is that he has literally—
Off that! Shame! I'm disappointed. I asked Andrew to tell you I said shame and I don't see it in chat. She didn't say shame. Off Ted, we're gonna shame Enjo. Both of us. Of that. How about we just DM her at the same time? Shame. How about that? Are you in? Are you in? Shame is the shame. Yeah, shame is shame. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. It's that easy. Hold on. What is shame? If you don't know, you don't know. It's that easy. Is it a kind of food? No. I don't want to know. It's nothing like that, bro. It's just a meme. Come on. Don't act like that. All right, after that, I'm gonna send a shame DM to Q in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go.
literally never heard me speak. He just looked at me and went, "Woman online must be a whore." Which honestly, not a bad guess.
People should be more embarrassed.
Well, what does that say about all the women in chat right now? Off that? I'm kidding.
What happened to Shane?
Oh, wait. I find it incredibly ironic that the guy who used chain lightning on his dog live on stream in front of thousands of people and then lied about it and gaslit everybody thinks that anyone else needs to be embarrassed about anything. Like, you've spent your entire career, the better part of a decade plus, being a political commentator, but the only thing that the majority of the internet knows you for is zapping your dog for stepping off its 4-square-foot cot that you've designated for it. That's your fucking legacy, Hassan.
Shock my dog, I can't stop. Yeah.
Like,
that fox bit down and didn't let go. Holy shit. Get him a lot of holy fuck. Oh, waterboard is...
Obviously, he watched the video and something in it really had him rattled. Like, was it the brothel thing? Was it the clock meme? Because if it was the clock meme, that was a joke, okay? We're the same age, Hassan. It is not too late. This is all not that serious. I just thought it was really funny and everybody was asking for a response video. So there's your response video. I also just want to make it clear that if he responds, I will not be responding back unless it's something absolutely insane that requires a response. I refuse to get caught in the Hassan Piker content loop. I will leave that to the professional Hassan Piker farmers. There are people who have made diabolical wealth off of farming this guy, okay? I am but a humble culture war farmer. I'm but a humble...
More Pegasus is being called out. Hold on, he's in chat. He's gotta be in chat. He's gotta be here somewhere. No, he's not. Damn it! Can I search for him? Diabolical. Sword, newest. Maybe he hasn't seen it yet. Whatever.
Gender war farmer. And my crops are dying. I must get back to them. They're calling him the corniest man alive. The final boss of performative male feminism. The human Brian Griffin. This is like when like a hot girl has like a video game controller and she's like licking it. She's like,
yes! Or like with the cat ear.
I mean, the clock doesn't apply to Shu. She already has a kid. You're looking for more Pegasus.
Here's the little headset with the cat ears.
Like,
I love that there's not just one picture, it's two in different shots. So like, it's like, dude, can you just take a picture of me like holding it and then like putting it down on my lap?
Solemnly looking out the window.
My dog is literally just sitting next to me, staring at me. He knows I'm talking about Hassan. He knows, Kaya, I will save you.
Okay, Alana, thank you for joining me. You made it less painful to watch this shit, okay? I'm glad you were with me for this. Plug your stuff for everybody watching.
Follow me on Twitter, on Smugalana. Follow me on Twitch. I go live 5 days a week. Join my Discord. Lots of really nice people to hang out in there. Absolute pleasure, Kami Mommy. Emo girl with the feet.
Yes. If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you can, donate to my Patreon. Link down below. I'm going to start doing live streams for Patreon members only. That should be a lot of fun, and I will see you guys next time with a new video.
The world is healing. Holy fuck! Oh! I don't think I will.
Rotten souls.
Alright. That was... oh, Shoonhead! In a collaboration with Smugglata. I think Smugglata enjoyed that real much, because she's been talking pretty well about Shu. Yeah! I do hope you check out both of them, Shoonhead and Smugglata, and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see each other next time. Bye-bye. Love the Russian fox. Yeah! I will link everything in a second. Just give me a second. I gotta... Alright, here we go. There and here. I don't have the picture on hand, but Leaflet's community generated Shu as Ness hitting Hassan with... I saw that! You gotta admit, this is PK fire. Wait, I didn't hit send on one of the platforms. There we go. No, it did everywhere. Hold on, did it just not show up? Oh yeah, it didn't show up. Wait, no. It's missing on Kick, but I sent it on Kick. Where is it fucking missing? Twitch? But I sent it on Twitch too. I'm confused. Is it on my end twice? Huh. Do just my chats not go through? Kuel is having a mental retardation spree right now. Kuel is a lost cause. Oh my god. Oh god. No, 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 no. There we go. It's being a bit wonky today. Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. Well, it'll be fixed eventually, right? Oh, also, Kick has been eating my emotes, so I don't know. That is weird. Alright, but we have a really big react here as well from Play Astronomical. He's the guy that made the VTuber edition from Are You Human? That song is still rent-free in my head. I really do love that one, and I have high hopes for this one. Cosmic Dreamers featuring Skyper Cinematic Universe Ultimate Cameo Slop Part 2. Wait, what? Does he have a part 1? Hold on, no, wait a minute. Oh, that's part 1, I'm guessing. Which, you know, I've listened to it a few times now. A few is a little bit of an understatement. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, Let's get right into it. Play astronomical. Let's go.
Stars are pulsing brighter through the cosmic veil. Fusion hearts are burning, never gonna pale.
He made a funk video?
Stars are pulsing brighter.
Oh no. It only has elements in it.
Fusion hearts are burning.
Damn! Affiliate is not lost in this one. Damn. I'm getting rotated! I'm getting rotated again! Get rotated again! Oh god. Oh, it's the dude from the last video! Mm-hmm. Oh, Ben! Ooh. Mizuki, let's go. Wait, did they have her? Oh! That's cool.
I could never turn my eyes from glowing purely standing in the wonder of a cosmos built securely. Watch the constellations paint a masterpiece to see.
Ooh, that's cool.
Power fused together, rising from the core. Mysteries unfolding in the nuclear.
Oh, hell.
The universe is vast, but the stars keep shining brighter ever last. We are stellar seekers standing in a world so grand. Stars keep shining brighter, lighting up the land. Worlds are dancing round the thousand burning suns. Hearts are beating steady as the
Lots and lots of things. Would have been funny if you made a molding XQC right there too. Oh yeah. Lots of people. Funny story about Kid. We bullied him today. I specifically bullied him for like an hour and a half. No, but it was all in good fun, and we enjoyed it. I also asked, you know, yeah, it was fun. It was fun. All in good fun. No, because specifically, the moment he said, you know, I'm anti-simp, I would never simp, and I was like, all right, dude. God damn.
The universe is vast, stars keep shining brighter.
Ooh, the Kiniverse with, you know, her fucking video.
We are stellar seekers standing in a world so grand.
Yes, our lore keeper. Holy. Let's go, Cameo Slop! Puddle spotted. No. Wait, what? Food up? What? No? Roboticus? Feeble. Surrounded by friends. Even when he's a little bit of a... Tsundere. First trap. That was first trap, Psychro. Let's go. Oof. Oh! The clown is also fucking. Oh, this guy also has mama brows. Who's that? The clone? That's a pretty new addition to Skybrows, which, you know, somebody returned itself. Oh, that's welcome. I believe. Ooh, Nasky Muru, Trucker, Links, Penny. Yo! I'm on a red carpet. Also, damn! Damn! I use my green remotes enough. Holy shit! That was good. I like the start so much. The fucking funk at the beginning. That's probably my favorite part of this song. Personally, I really do love funk, but that's just personal preference, right? Tukatonka, yeah, a little bit. It has a little bit of that in there. Anyway, Play Astronomical with another goddamn banger. Bro takes a year to upload. Not actually, but bro takes 2 months to upload, but he delivers. He delivers, brother. The part is when Bloom get You're right. Where is that? It was relatively soon at the beginning, right? Where is that? Was it not at the beginning? Was it a bit later? At the beginning? I am a retard. I am a retard. That's Leafu, 9s, 8s. Did I miss it all? I probably missed it already. Yeah.
Stars are pulsing brighter.
Those are the villains? Everyone has a cameo here? Yeah. Just press play, you're almost at it. There it is. Alright. Yeah, I'm screenshotting that. That's mine now. Yep, I stole that. Oh yeah, Puffer is here with his extended family, apparently. Oh, and Ninus, by the way, I saw her in Itami's video too. Nines? Are you talking about nines? It's spelled, it's written like 9, as in the number. And 8s is also like the number. Pink? The pink one? You mean Nieners? Nianos. No, that's the... This one. Oh! This one, you're right. Anyway, this was Play Astronomical. Leave him a like, comment, and subscribe. Many people already did. And yeah, check him out for sure. Very, very cool addition to the playlist, if I do say so myself, and I do. Anyway, bye-bye! You have heart-shaped pupils? Yeah, I see it. I will link this right now. Oh my god, that is so good. That was so goddamn good, bro. Oh. You like funk? Note to self. No, not funk. Funk. As in, hold on. It's written like so. Hold on. Like so. There. Yeah, John also wrote it correctly. That's how it's spelled. Funk. I really like that stuff. Anyway, let's continue. What is this? Do I wanna watch This Is Our Hood? Do I wanna? That is your most favorite music genre? I'd say at the current moment, yeah. I mean, I enjoy various musics, right? There's favorite songs I have. Not all of them funk. But yeah, if I had to pick a music genre, it'd probably be funk. Yeah. Wonder if I mix with K-pop and YouTube shit, what happens? Oh, God. Russian Badger has a hilarious short on funk. I know. Funk? What is funk? Well, it's not exactly. It makes you feel a way. And then he played Level Up. Filtered. If I saw the first 3 seconds and knew you had to watch this, do I though? Do I have to watch this? Oh well, can't really run away, no, can I?
As I was saying, I believe that strip clubs are not sexual.
No, hold on. No. I didn't listen. This is by Yinka that guy. Mayor erupts after LGBTQ activist disrespects veterans, and then this happens.
As I was saying, I believe that strip clubs are not sexual at all. And for the people that do think it's sexual, I believe those are the rapists, secret rapists.
What is?
As I was saying, I believe that strip clubs are not sexual. As I was saying, I believe...
Strip clubs are not sexual at all? What do you go there for then? You go there for the naked women, right? You don't go there for any other reason except to get drunk and look at women. Right? I mean, if you're the boss, you go there for the money, right? But otherwise, huh?
I believe that strip clubs are not sexual at all. And for the people that do think it's sexual, I believe those are the rapists, secret rapists. Like, they have rapist mindset.
His face!
I'm using Palestine as an example.
Hold on.
Because we are
Gillis wants me to look at something. Did my comment just get filtered? Probably. Who doesn't like... Oh my god, fuck you, you piece of shit. Oh my god, go suck on a dick, you oh my...
Right, living through that right now. Do you guys agree?
Where is Palestine? What countries border it?
I do not know. I will be honest.
Damn!
How are you going to lecture me about Palestine when you don't even know where it is?
I don't have to know where it is to know that millions are dying based off
Millions have not died. You're telling me that you have the most minimal information possible about the region. I'm supposed to expect that you're going to be able to inform me about it. Millions have not died. Not even Hamas claims that.
This is exactly why I mean why a lot of college students are sheep. You will rave, shout, complain, post on social media about this place, and you don't.
Can a brother just appreciate the amount of effort you put into beard? I gotta say, that is impressive.
Just even know where it is.
Off the rock.
Men are...
What the fuck? Why fuck me for? Much. Yes, it's just men. Let's just ignore all the women teachers at schools. And doesn't even know where it is. I don't know either. I don't care about the geographical location, about something that has nothing to do with me. Sorry, not sorry. I was too busy surviving my whole life to care about a different country. I care about mine. I will openly admit I don't know shit about the area, but you will never convince me that my facts are wrong. Fair enough.
Men are violating. Men are the ones who are taking control over women's bodies. And yet, you turn this into migration
And yet, you're in power!
somehow.
You just claim right now, outrageous claim, that men are violating women. But I'm asking you to please clarify, what is a woman? Because people in your group are claiming that a man who pretends to be a woman should, in the eyes of your law, acknowledge as a woman. So I restate my question. What exactly is a woman that a man violates?
Why don't you let everyone decide what they are? It's not your role as a politician to identify.
The rape is not as important! Holy shit! Oh my god! As you should. Our own countries always go first. Yeah! So I can't fucking tell whose side to be on. Never mind, she's retarded!
People. It's not your role. What you know what your role is? Give us the protection. Only yes means yes. Everything else is a rape. That's
Those are dead fish eyes.
it.
She did all of that talking, she did all of those accusations just to be asked one simple question which destroys her whole worldview, and she couldn't answer it. She doesn't even know the very thing she's trying to protect, which is the interesting thing, and it's the sad thing as well. They will say women are being attacked, but you don't even know what a woman is. For all you know, in your worldview, the supposed men who are raping and attacking women could just identify as a woman, and then it would be a woman attacking women, right? This is what this crazy ideology leads to. It leads to just complete absurdity. It leads to them being stupid, and it leads to them not even understanding what it is that they're defending. Before we get back into the video, make sure you guys like the video as much as possible, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also mainly hit the notification bell so that you're notified when a video comes out. Also go and subscribe to my new Facebook channel. It'll be linked down in the description below, so go and subscribe.
Oh, that bitch is crazy! Really now? Just show hole and shut. Oh,
there.
I'm not
Let us get back
say
into
that,
the
actually.
craziness.
Name 3 countries besides the USA.
Africa.
That is a continent.
Next.
Asia.
That is, again, a continent.
Can't even think of a third one. I don't know.
How many continents are there?
7. I don't even know. No, there's... Based on the Olympics, it's... No, it is 7.
8. 6?
6. Name 1 continent.
I might have outed myself here. Oh god, I had heard that all it took to completely divert her attention from one of the objectively worst acts humans can perform to women's is whatever the fuck you want it to be, and it will die on this hill or over any other. Yes, I also saw that. No, hold on, I gotta prove to myself that I'm not an idiot. I gotta prove it to myself. I gotta... Because I made myself unsure. Oh my god, I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot.
Do I need to answer?
Yep.
Can you just skip me first?
Yep.
Hold on, what is... Oh, she's still...
How many continents are there?
Oh, she's still on that. Okay, good.
6?
6.
The brain worms,
Name
yes.
1 continent.
Do I need to answer?
Yep.
Oh my... Can you just skip me first?
Well, how about this? Let me help. I'll give a hint. You're from which country?
China?
Which is where?
West? Oh no.
West Coast?
East?
China is in which continent?
Oh.
Because you're from China.
Wait.
China's from which continent?
East Asia?
Just give it to her.
Just give it to her, bro. Oh god, she has dead eyes. Can you just give me first?
Bro.
What country is directly north of Mexico, Chloe?
Wait, no, Mexico borders USA, so it's the USA.
North is up or down? I'm confused with the north-south thing.
Well, on the map.
I can't fix that sheet. Never mind. Fuck him, I am closer. I can't answer. I don't know how they are called in English. Oh, please, Chloe, don't fail this. Mummy almost failed. Shut up. Shut up. I had it right in my mind. It's just, I got unsure.
With your finger is north. What direction is north and what direction is south?
I don't know why that's always been...
I mean, technically, if you point with your finger just upwards, that's wrong. Technically. I mean, I know what he's trying to say, right? But up isn't north. Anyway. The blonde doesn't know her head from her ass.
So confusing to me. Like, I'm sorry if that's stupid.
Africa, Asia.
Continents. It is your local reference frame. I know. Still.
She thinks, three countries. I really want to understand. Majority of my audience are Americans, United States of America. Is it just an American thing where people don't know any other country outside of America, or what is it? Because I see this time and time again where they think continents are countries and then they start naming cities as if they're countries as well. Is this an American thing or what is it? Because it seems to be only Americans who struggle with these questions. I've seen Europeans come on these shows and come on podcasts and they can answer the question, but then when it comes to Americans, they seem to be very confused.
Well, no, Canada does it too. God damn it.
He's breaking the law right now. Are you serious?
Okay, have a nice day.
He's breaking the law. He's breaking the law. What am I supposed to do? That's got to be one of the best questions.
You're the police. God damn. I'm followed to the whatever podcast, but I never watched it because I don't want to lose brain cells. Fair enough. I'm so tired of female officers. You know, I've not once had a bad experience with police. And I've had plenty of female officers. So I will not say that because I only had good experiences with them. Because they were professional. This, however, yeah, fuck this. Oh, come on. Oh, come on,
of all time by a police constable.
Bro just got away with illegal stuff. Goddamn.
You are utterly clueless, aren't you?
She said the quiet part out loud. What are you supposed to do as someone who's supposed to stop people from breaking the law? And you asked him, what are you supposed to do about someone breaking the law? Wow.
Trans girls are way more feminine than regular girls, and the reason for that is because...
What?
Wow.
Trans girls are way more feminine than...
Okay. Wait, I think trans girls means you're more straight? Huh? I'm sorry. Do we have... No, we don't have the same vocabulary. Because obviously straight means something else for you than it does for me. My own personal experiences have been okay. However, the amount of anecdotal evidence out there that women objectively should not be patrol officers. Fair enough. Outlaws don't, set the standard. You're right. This is the thing with patrol line sharper than my kitchen knives.
regular girls, and the reason for that is because trans girls try harder.
Her stare! Holy shit, the girl on the bottom!
Try harder. Trans girls have to earn their femininity. Cis girls take it for granted. Cis girls don't care.
Yeah, this is what these people in the ABCD community think of you women. They think that they're more feminine and more female than you are. A man is telling you he's more of a woman than you are.
Well, I mean, most beautiful of the woman of the year, one of the years, man won. I mean, men are just objectively better at anything, right? I'm kidding. Oh, God.
A lot of you support this.
I hate cis word. Cis, you mean normal? Yeah, same. Same, actually. Same. Same. Oh. Call it front hole, bonus hole, call it what you need, but that hole ain't a vagina and it still don't bleed.
You push the ideology that if you say you're a woman, even though you are born a man, you are indeed a woman, and you can come into our spaces and you can play our sports, and then they make videos like this.
When do you know if the science is wrong or right?
Science is only right.
I'm gonna hear her out.
And if something is wrong, then it's not science.
What? So any theory that is not proven is just straight up not science. Oh, kind of logic.
But we just discussed that Pluto was a planet and then it wasn't. So when is it right and when is it wrong?
Because we use the best information that we have at the time.
The best information we have at the time. Okay.
To tell us what we can know.
All right. So.
But once it's not true, it's not science. But disproving something is also science. Motherfucker! Holy shit! Okay, so that sentence is technically correct, but it's the dumbest fucking way of saying it. So the fact that you don't have a father is science then!
So if we're using the best information we have at the time, right away we're assuming then, and we're acknowledging there is information we don't know.
I'm not basing it on information I don't know, I'm basing it on what information I do know.
Except by your own admission that information could be proven to be wrong. We did a bunch of transgendered surgeries on children. Those had terrible consequences because the Science Academy said we should do that. And then we saw the consequences of this, and now they're all getting sued. And so now the Science Academies are like, hold up, we're going to call an audible. We have new information. Yeah. These surgeries were bad, and so we shouldn't do them. By your standard, we're not even going to talk about mine, what I think, what this book may or may not say, or anything we believe. By your standard, therefore, you should agree.
That is the sight of someone who realized they fucked up. That is, oh God.
May or may not say, or anything we believe. By your standard, therefore, you should agree with policies that want to ban transgendered surgeries for children because the science now says it's a bad idea and no longer recommends them. That's your standard.
I think I'm going to come to the...
Just before he talks, if you want, as an adult of over 18 years of age, want to become trans for whatever reason, for medical surgery, you should be free to do so with your body. Up until that age, no. Your body has to grow naturally until it's at least almost done, because it's done in like what, 21 years old, something like that. That's when it's really done developing. But still, 18 years of age, that's when you can make decisions on your own. That way, you know, but leave the children out of this completely and utterly. That is the face of, oh fuck, he knows what he's talking about. Bro, it's scientific, the fact she eats her McDonald's with the peel. Diabolical comment. Holy shit. No, fuck that. 25 meg finished their original sex. That's even not. No, I don't think so.
Conclusion that a lot of people who just go to college do nothing. They don't have any thoughts. They don't have any things going through their brains. Because how in the blue...
Also, I am against it like full force. I'm against the surgeries in general. However, if someone with a, you know, the functioning brain wants to do that after reaching the age of 18, what am I supposed to do? Nothing.
That's your standard.
I think I'm going to come to the conclusion that a lot of people who just go to college do nothing. They don't have any thoughts. They don't have any things going through their brains. Because how in the blue hell do you contradict yourself within the space of a few minutes? We should trust the science, but science changes.
No, dude, John, if you can go to military and die, excuse me, and die for a country at age 18, then you can also have a sex change at age 18. Honestly, you can't have it both ways. But I would argue that it's not a functioning brain because it's a mental illness. That's your argument, not mine.
We should just go with what we know at the time, even though science changes. But you know, you can trans kids and do it to them at a very young age, even though it's the case that science changes. Wrong. And the studies have shown that there are a lot of negative effects that come with doing that. But hey, we just want to make people feel good, and it doesn't matter whatever happens to them.
Yeah,
my car that usually takes about $30 to fill up its tank with gas was $50 fucking dollars.
Well, you still seem to have the money to buy your Starbucks, so I don't think the gas money is much of an issue for you.
Today there was a kerfuffle, a to-do, as it were, at the rec center where I go. A bunch of women went to complain to the manager that there was a man in the women's locker room. Now, I didn't see him because I was busy minding.
The person he's talking about, the man in the woman's locker, is himself. I can't have it both ways, that's the thing. They prove I can with their actions. Yeah, fair enough. Oh my god. Bro doesn't even fucking try with his voice, the fuck.
My own business.
Of course you didn't see him. You know, people who have mental issues tend not to see the issues that they have, which is why they are referred to a third party. So yeah, I can understand why you couldn't see him. You maybe need to look in the mirror a bit harder.
Why do I have to watch sports? Is the manager here?
Yeah, Tyler's here.
Yeah, can I talk to him real quick?
Sure. Yeah.
I just had a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about, like, putting Bravo on the TVs at this time?
Pretty standard across all of the mountainsides. It's just sports.
That's kind of dumb.
I think it's to avoid, like, I mean...
There's, like, news, too, and stuff.
Yes,
but
news
just, like,
we can't have on either.
Oh, well, CNN's on in there.
On where?
In that one, in the new...
Oh, it should not be, so I'll change it right now, yeah. I mean, if there's, like, women's sports on, we could put that on, too, but I would just need to know when it's on.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like missed opportunity. We could use some Bravo, E-News.
I can say that I received that suggestion.
That would be great.
But I'm personally not opposed to it.
Right.
It's just more of a matter of it's the policy.
I was just, like, looking around the other day. I didn't have my headphones, and I was like, first of all, no one's watching these TVs. Second of all, it's
bro, just go train.
Time.
It's
like,
a gym.
I've been doing this time for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, why do I have to watch sports? Like, give me some Kyle Richards.
Don't have
down
to.
On my TV. Like,
you have a phone that you're using to record yourself.
No, I'll send an email. Like, I have no
like,
problem.
damn, girl.
Send it to me, and then I can forward it.
Great.
As well.
Okay, great. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
There is no way you thought, let me record this, and then
she had a way. Of course, I didn't see him. He's me. That's kind of sexist. Yes, I know. Thank you for noticing. Should be the response. The appropriate one, yes. I would suggest you go fuck yourself. Well, shit, I'm not getting radicalized at all. In the slightest. Chick should be listened to a mommy's VOD instead. Hi, let's go. Subscribe to MumiPlaynGames, baby. There's some woman got her Planet Fitness membership cancelled for complaining about the trans thing. Like they forged cancellation papers and everything. Huh?
Damn,
Damn,
post it
alright.
online and think to myself, what I did was the right thing to do. Yeah, this is really...
Yeah, but you can think. Brother from another mother, you can think. You have a brain, bro. They don't.
Keep proving my point that there are a lot of people whose vote should be taken away from them, and some people should not be able to vote.
My God, guys, I'm so sick of coming on the internet and crying. But guess what just happened to me? Like,
don't do it. Damn.
You will never guess. Second table of the night, guys. Nasty old man. He leans in. What's your name again, young man?
Wait, that's it.
Bill, like, what can I do for you? Why do you look?
Well. The problem is, even though they're white, they're fucking shut it. The only thing I hear.
Girl, why are you wearing earrings and prancing around with? Oh my God! Like, I could not even let it. What a disgusting thing to say, sir. Like, what a disgusting... Well, why do you look like a girl? Like, I had to put my hands up and say, please stop. Like, I have to go back in. I have to finish working. I have to finish my tables. Like, yes, yes. I love it here. Like, I didn't even do anything. Like, I just came to work.
You know, that is a point. They just got to work, you know?
Yes, I have to wear a stupid fucking wig.
Why?
Sorry I dyed my hair. Like, this makes it seem like an actual joke, but this is, like, real. Like, okay. Okay, hi.
Even, look, people can wear wigs for whatever reason. But why do you have to choose a Karen haircut? Like, bro, seriously. bro. Send these fucks to prison, you'll see what being oppressed for shit actually looks. Oof, maybe, I don't know, man.
Welcome to work. What can I get for you?
Oh no, he called you what you are. How sad. The world is gonna end now. Oh no. Nobody forced you to take your phone out, record yourself crying, and then post it on social media. That was all you. I know accountability is difficult for your group of people, but you did that. You decided to be offended by truth. You decided to take your phone out, record it, and show us all that you are a loser.
If I misinterpreted, imposing your argument in front of all of
sharing it.
Who are just
yeah.
have a nice time.
It's okay.
So
listen, there's nothing wrong.
Such a fucking hypocrite.
I'm a man with a sign, with a view, who will talk about it with whoever wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
But what is so wrong about that?
You're here to stir up hate, and you're here to.
What? No, he described himself perfectly. What are you talking about? You're arguing about something that is not happening. You being riled up by a sentence or image is the wrong. When it's not, if it's not actually hateful, like promoting murder, terrorism, whatever, right? Those are things you can actually get mad about and be in the right. Someone should have told that male that his wig looks like Trump's hair. Hey, yo, that good Trump wig, bro. Oh, the fucking deadhead guinea pig is making it worse. The fuck.
No, the only people that get hateful and mean are folks like yourself.
Yeah, I don't think you're being hateful.
It's called projection. I'm just standing here talking, and you come up and cuss at me and call me names.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't want you in my town.
You accuse me.
It's not your town, girl. Go, that not your town. The fuck, don't do Trump's hair like that. That was fucking dead. And molested kitty. Bro,
she wants to run me out of
chill.
town.
Chill.
I don't like what
so
you're doing
the whole
to my
reason
community.
that you're here is to
because it's art walk.
To be
piss
ugly.
people off.
Yeah, I like to.
It's supposed to be a nice time.
What do you?
Women are not sex objects. Babies, not body parts. Huh. What's so wrong about that message? Okay, am I missing context? What?
What do you think about my art? You can choose to look at it or not. It's up to you. Because I'm just standing here. This isn't art. Well, I drew it, so I guess it's bad art. Yeah. Are you an artist? Do you want
I don't see the problem with the message. Yeah, me neither.
Have a drawing contest with me so I can take you seriously when you say it sucks. All right, so you don't like my art.
You're here to piss people off and be argumentative.
No, I'm not.
No.
I want to reason with people. The best people that I engage with. No, I was standing here talking to someone else. She came up, and she's angry. I'm not angry.
You guys,
I'm not angry.
all the time at all the Norman music festivals and all this shit. Like,
yeah,
you're just here to.
yeah.
I think you should keep it in your church or whatever.
Yeah, go do your thing.
Yeah, so
but, like, this is not about.
So some people like you believe that people should be told where to go and what to do, and that they shouldn't have free speech.
You gotta chill a little bit in my chat, bro. God damn. Twitch gonna find me. I agree with you, but damn. You're gonna have some mercy on me, man.
Or free assembly, or be allowed in public. It's called being an oppressive bigot. I don't hold your oppressive bigotry.
I just want you to leave us alone.
But that's...
But you can walk away. You walked up to him. You admitted that yourself. You could walk away. Look, it's fine. It's not. Fuck you. Oh, he's walking away. Yes! Yes! He learned!
But I'm not doing anything to hurt you. Thank you.
I know this is not an argument, but at this point, people with that type of physiognomy, I don't even want to listen to anything they have to say. Their opinion is irrelevant to me. Sorry, not sorry.
Different topic.
Fair enough.
Same concern.
Okay.
Start with a quote from Mayor Clark back in June 2024.
All right.
If we start raising flags, then we got to raise everybody's. Do you
Okay.
want a Hamas flag flying over the city of Newcastle, or a MAGA flag? How about a Trump flag or an Antifa flag? We're not going there, folks. Not while I'm mayor. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I find it really interesting that your perspective on flags has evolved so much as well.
Well, I mean, in America, American flags should be the #1, right? That's the flag that should be flown out the most. The same thing in any other country.
As on proclamations over the last year. Happy to hear that, and I'm hoping that we can look forward to your support of the Pride flag.
Because the country's flag represents everyone. Individual flags like the Pride flag only represent a certain group of people. Not everyone. You can say it does, but it doesn't.
Flag and proclamation this year. Since you have a newfound appreciation for other flags other than just the U.S. flag. Speaking specifically about veterans, POWs, and MIAs, I want to say for the record, I'm very
Thank you, Fashiza, for holding back.
very much in support of them and have absolutely no problem with a POW MIA flag. Flying it for 100 days a year is a political stunt. You know, you talk a lot about special interest. In this room specifically, you've mentioned it repeatedly. My research shows that there's been 82,000 Americans who are registered as POWs or MIAs, which is atrocious and horrible, and it should never happen to any American. But there's 20 million minimum LGBTQ members. So when we're talking about special interest...
Wait, what? How many?
LGBTQ American. But there's 20 million minimum LGBTQ members.
In your state alone?
So when we're talking about special interest, let's just have some intellectual integrity. In this room specifically, you've mentioned it repeatedly.
Hold on, what?
My research shows that there's been 82,000 Americans who are registered as POWs or MIAs.
Oh, POWs. Pedophiles?
Which is atrocious and horrible, and it should never happen to any American.
Yeah.
But there's 20...
No, what POWs? What the fuck is that? There are 20 million AGPs. We have a lot of work to do. Make sure to bring extra... for your flamers, for the children.
million minimum LGBTQ members. So when we're talking about special interest, let's just have some intellectual integrity. I've talked before about the hypocrisy of some of the people up on that dais, and I think that your approach to trying to trick people out of having to fly the pride flag in June by making sure that the POW MIA flag was flown is really disgusting, and again, it's not impartial in any way.
What is that? What is the POW flag? Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm looking that I'm looking that shit up. POW. USA. I've no idea, man. We're gonna have to learn to be better bakers than the... Oh my god. My lawyer advised me to not say I agree to Sher's comments, so I will not say that I agree.
And I think that you should be ashamed. I definitely am. Thank you.
It's not common that I respond to public comment, but I will not sit here and have somebody tell me that veterans are a political stunt. How dare you? This country was founded because veterans lost their lives. Hundreds of thousands of people died for this country so that you could fly your pride flag. And man, I am pissed. I'm sorry. This is out of line, and perhaps my council members will censure me for this, but do not ever disparage veterans in my presence, right? Those 82,000 people who never came home will never have a chance to have a family or grow up. While you can fly your pride flag, they sacrifice their lives all over the world for America and for freedom around the world. I tolerate your comments, which are always on the attack, and all in your libelous comments on Facebook. I tolerate it because, you know, you probably can't help yourself, but don't ever disparage veterans in front of me.
These are the same people who say they don't feel seen, yet they seem to have...
Holy shit, it's been a while since I've seen someone in a council that actually said the right thing. Wow. That's a weird feeling.
Have a day every single month talking about their group. They'll say it's brave for you to come out, but they're plastered everywhere you go, on social media, in public, in stores. They're everywhere, but somehow they're a minority, but somehow we see them everywhere. People are getting tired of you. They're tired of having to say specific things so that they don't hurt your feelings because you guys are fragile and you're like children. They're tired of having to do all these things, and now they're calling out this nonsense.
Okay, sweetie, so apparently you're not wanting to understand or listen. So
God.
Hi, I'm Mama Rose. I am a transgendered woman. I go by she, her, they, them pronouns. And I can tell you right now, my period I experience every month is very real, very valid, and very painful.
Cool.
But you know what?
I've never heard a woman describe their period as just painful. But maybe it's just the women around me, but Cap. This is a weird feeling. Pride in someone else. Too bad it's overshadowed by all this unyielding rage! Yeah. Cool, you might go by that, but you're a he.
You go ahead and keep invalidating trans women. You go ahead and keep telling them that their experience is not real. You go ahead and keep telling them that, because if that makes you feel like a real woman, if that makes you feel so big and important.
Oh my god, it's even against actual women. I thought this was another man hate. Oh my god. Oh, we've come full circle once again. Holy shit. I'm so used on the man hate. I'm so used to that. I was genuinely surprised to see hate on a woman here. Holy fuck! Oh, so the frozen tomato sauce and the god damn it! Don't. Oh, White Kirsche cursed us with knowledge. Anyway,
sweetie, then you go do it. Whatever helps you sleep at night, boo-boo. But I'm here to tell you the real facts. Trans women experience menstrual cycles. Not all of us. Oh, no, not all of us. No. Some of us are lucky and don't have to go through it. And then some of us, like myself, go through it every month. Every month. The cramps, the bloating, the fatigue, the nausea, all of it. The only thing I don't get is a menstrual cycle. I don't bleed. That's...
You mean the thing that is the catalyst for all the things you just said? Oh god damn it. But you shoved the middle. Oh god damn it,
only
Fashizi.
difference. And if that is what makes a period for you, I am so sorry for you, because now you're also invalidating cis women. You know, cis women who don't have menstrual periods, because that's real. But it's okay.
Call me boo-boo to my face. I'll rip that. No,
You can keep invalidating people to make yourself feel more important, but I'm not going to sit here and allow you to invalidate my community or myself, because my experience is very real. My period I experience every month is very fucking real. And I have tried so hard to explain to you that you are invalidating the trans experience.
Oh no.
And you can say, well, I'm not. No, we're done. We've had this conversation. You didn't want to listen. And now I'm going to be putting you on blast.
Oh no. Oh no.
Here is your wake-up call.
Oh no.
Stop
I'm waking
invalidating the trans experience.
What am I gonna do?
Because my period is very real, and so is every other trans person's period that goes through it. Okay?
Now hold on, Fashizi. I can't have you say that. No, hold on. I know, but hold the fuck back. Oh god, fuck. How do I fucking mod thingy? There we go. Where is it? One second. There we go. It's gone. Thank you very much, Fashizi, for that thing. Usually I can just do those things from the...
And so is every cis
overlay,
woman who doesn't have a actual menstrual. Quit invalidating people because they're different than you. That makes you the wrong one, not us.
We very much understand, and we very much have listened. You're delusional, you're confused, and if you believe that you're having periods, I think you'll need to go to the doctor, because we know that, yeah, that's not possible, so it's more than likely something else.
So someone asked me if I could explain what it feels like to be autigender. And if you don't know what autigender is, check my previous reel, but I've given this a lot of thought, and it's a really difficult question. I mean, if you would say, what does it feel like to be a woman? What would you say? I mean, yeah. I think me being autigender means autism is inseparable from my gender experience in a lot of ways. It has to do with a lot of autistic traits like alexithymia, masking, sensory sensitivities, fear of being perceived as a person, the feeling of not even being a human being or a person, maybe, or not liking it, and also questioning authority and norms set up by neurotypical people like the gender binary, which sucks. We all agree it sucks. Of course, I could identify as agender or non-binary, but I feel like that doesn't capture my experience, which is like autism is not my gender, but it massively influences my gender. It's for example.
Why? How?
Example, through alexithymia. So a lot of the time I, for example, confuse bodily sensations with feelings. So I don't know if I'm anxious or if I have stomach pain. This also means it's hard for me to develop an identity, because an identity, a gender identity, is basically a feeling. I took this from Reddit. Someone said gender is a feeling, and I love that.
Source Reddit. Red flag right there. What the fuck? I'm invalidating you because you're wrong and sick, and because I think you are a disgusting individual. Fair enough. I'm invalidating this person because they are fucking retarded. Autism isn't part of your gender, you fucking idiot. I agree. Oh my god, did you say it out loud? Gender is just a feeling.
And if you cannot identify your feelings, it's really hard to develop an identity. And so I adapted, masked a lot, and adapted to other people in my environment. And this meant also presenting in a female way, because I was assigned female at birth. I was born and raised to become a woman. When I was about 13 and started developing, I panicked.
I mean, to be fair, you're not born and raised to be a woman. You're born a woman and then raised to handle responsibilities that come with the sex. Like, for example, menstrual cycle and hormones and all the stuff that a woman has to go through. The same happens with men. They get taught how to keep their feelings in check and where to let them out from their father, usually. I had my mother do that with me, which took a little bit longer, but it worked out in the end. So, you know. But I want only sane people. Is that too much to ask? But the sane people go to war. They die. They're the people who die. Welcome to the show of dying brain cells. Yeah. I am a simple man. I just yearn for the mental ill to be put into the minds. Goddamn.
And I developed a pretty severe ED because I wanted to stay like a child. It's also difficulties with change and transition, right? I wanted my body to be the same. I didn't want my body to change. I hated feeling a change in my body. I hate feeling full because it's uncomfortable in my body, and I feel my body, and I prefer like not feeling at all because I cannot identify my feelings and separate them from my bodily sensations. And also, of course, sensory sensitivities, like clothes fit differently, body feels different, and even though I'm not really at ease with my body, I prefer to conceal it a bit, but also because of my sensory sensitivities, I can only wear certain fabrics and clothing, and I cannot wear jeans or tight clothes. So this also massively influences my gender expression, that I kind of maybe not present as female as I did when I was high masking and try to be a female human being. I used to identify as a queer asexual person, which I still do, but I think autigender captures my experience better. How do you experience autigender?
Yeah. I mean, some stuff I agree, but a lot of stuff was just gobbledygook, honestly. Just lift. Again, the stuff like I didn't like my body changing when I was younger either. I didn't like that. He has the same chair. Oh man. Yeah, that was a eye-opening video. It's Yinka, that guy. I honestly missed opportunity to say Yoinka, that guy. Anyway, but I'm guessing that's his name. Anyway, that was a brilliant video, honestly. I enjoyed it. I mean, as far as we can, anyway. Yeah, check him out. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And bye-bye. Not as a skinwalker, but you can tell her that because she would probably interpret it into her identity and fucking eat some. Oh my god. Damn, I miss all the good schizophrenic ramblings. I will link that video. Where's my chat? There. All right, okay. God damn, that was something. Huh. That by the way, that's the link for the video. My links on Kick don't get recognized by my app anymore for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I'm gonna just do that real quick. Where's my chat? See? She fucking ate us. She devoured our brain cells. Alright, hold on. Sure has Kirsche PTSD. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, Kirsche is live on side scrollers. That's fun. Oh my. Oh, Kula has started posting some videos, huh? Oh my. Haha. Oh, the pseudo thing also. 11 days ago. Good work on that. I'm gonna check that out eventually, probably. Right now, I'm just looking around. Alright, that's one hell of a thumbnail. Alright, what's going on? Now I'm gonna go on to... I watched that already, and that is this thing that I keep for comfort. Alright, is there anything going on Twitter? What's going on over there? AI is art to change our minds. No idea where it is currently, because it's kind of... So I haven't replied. So I don't know what's happening with Bloop, but apparently something has happened. So I haven't thanks everyone for the kind words. Sorry I haven't replied much. I have noticed and I appreciate all of you. Also, screw anti-AI. Go put all the fake hate into something productive. I don't know what's going on here. Probably something before. I'm gonna look in the replies actually, because that's probably where we're gonna see what was going on. These are fucking cute. 9s and 8s. Small little 9s is the big spoon. 01, hello, welcome. Hmm. No, I don't see anything. Sage. Nurse nervously in tab hoarding. And anyway, my reply is, it's okay, Shorky. With the get rotated. Can you show me image of Kamen Rider built hazard form? No, I cannot. Because that's not what I'm doing right now. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. That's argument. However, get rotated, idiot. Why? I just told you why. It's not what I'm doing right now. It's that simple of an explanation. There's nothing more to add here. Oh, all the little crashes in the prison. What? Is it copyright by toy company? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know, actually. Holy shit, that shows nipple. I can't show that. You buy my Porsche shoot soon? Yeah, buy some. I bought free. I got myself free. Ooh, alright. No, I'm not gonna. Fuck it. Sorry, no. This is a Kamen Rider character. I've never watched Kamen Rider, so I don't know. I might buy the free as well. 2 for me and 1 for my friend. Ooh, that's nice. No, all 3 are for me. I don't care. Maybe I can buy more Porsches. Maybe I'll buy like 5. Nah. Da 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 na 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 na. What the fuck? Oh, that's such a cool fucking picture of Runya. Holy fuck, look at that. The white dress with the flames because she's a pyromancer? God damn, that's cool. Don't do the course. Of course. I have, hold on, now wait a minute. I have 2 Smugglanas, 2 Kirsches, and only 3 Korsches. One of them is missing a battle beast. Makes sense, right? This is, I gotta go for you. Motherfucker, why are there so many horror courses being generated right now? I don't get it. Huh. What up? No, what did I do? No, I didn't want to open anything. A 10 out of 10 game, by the way. 10 out of 10 game, by the way. Hello, Cora! Hello! I hate journals, yes. Very much so. Beep. There's no way. I didn't want to fucking know about this. Hold on, Nines made a post like that. Nines made a post like that. Fucking Nines. Fucking Nines, bro. She quote retweeted this, right? And I lost brain cells seeing this.
Okay, wait. Don't look away. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Please let this be one. Like, I'm getting nervous. Oh my god.
Two, one.
It's
the glitter one. 3, 2, 1.
I am willing to bet all of these
1,
people
2, 3.
actively collected. Actively collected Labubus. Because this is the new Labubu. This is the new Labubu. Where do they get all that fucking money from? Like, I don't get it. How the fuck can they afford that shit? Man. They should have had lobotomy, not labubus. Goddamn. We're just craving the next Tide Pod challenge, never ending stupidity. God damn it, why you gotta be right? Why do you have to be correct on this one? Bro, these are so stupid. Anyway, I got an ED and Chase High Five Ghost from the regular show from a gacha. Also got a small Broly figure yesterday. Oh! Why are you so mean to me? Mean to you? How? I just don't know about Kamen Rider. And I really don't care to get into it right now. I have enough hobbies as is. That's it. I'm sorry if I can't share the same passion for Kamen Rider you do, but I'm not trying to be mean. I'm never mean unless I need to be. Fuck you. Motherfucker, that's so fake. What is this? All right, that goes into the folder. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Next lore subject, Mumi does a deep dive on should become. Also don't know too much about it. Holy shit, stop that. You read that left perfectly how I thought you'd read it in my head. Scary! Mm-hmm. Uh. Mm. Ba 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 ba. God damn it, what is with all these cursed fucking cautious? Holy, man. Take a chill pill, man. What else? What else? I'm not gonna show them either, man. This is, I don't, nuh-uh. Look away. What else can I find?
Build his.
Oh my god, this is gonna be an AI dub, but I don't care. Holy shit.
So I've been watching this guy for like 20 minutes
fake?
now. He filled his entire balcony with water, just filled it like a pool. Oh, there she goes. The lady.
Because this can't be real. That's way too much water. That's way too heavy.
Below him just came out. Yeah, her laundry's getting soaked. That's not ideal. He can hear her. He definitely can hear her. He just doesn't care. You know what? This man woke up on the 6th floor. The whole building is flooding, and he's just vibing. Honestly, I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. So I've been.
So where do they get the camera angle? Yeah, no, fuck this. Your comments are being eaten again. Oh, let me look. Let me take a look. Let me take a look-sees. Channel activity. I can't even see the comment. YouTube really just and gone. Which isn't an increase, but still. How about pizza? Pizza is good. I like pizza. All right. Nope. What else? What else can I find? What else can I see? What else can I find? Ba 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 ba. How about you, Sir Dread Agito? I am looking through Twitter right now. That's what I'm doing. That's actually kind of cool. That's actually a pretty cool use of filters like that. Like, look. That's cool. That's so cool. Oh. Oh, that looks so cool. Oh! That chicken's gonna, you know. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, okay. That's so cool. There's always better, Mummy. No, it's not. Most of the time, it's a shithole. Play mixtape? How dare you curse me? How dare you curse me in my own chat with that stuff? You piece of shit. How dare you? This is actually ingenious. Indeed! What the fuck is this? Nope. I'm just gonna nope out of there. What else can I find on Twitter? If you defend yourself with this, there may be one less rape. But if you defend yourself with this, there may be one less rapist. Huh. Gun. Gun definitely good. If it was multi-co-op, I would play it just for the laugh. No PP, whatever, blah, 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 bloop. Ooh. Alright, okay. What the fuck
Luigi,
is
do not
that?
sit on that pigment's head. Don't do it.
Nope, nope, Nope. Nope, It was some VR shit. Oh. 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 Yeah. But they're spin up with a machine. Also, look. He did it with the machine. By the way, have you heard of the Stalker of Ginity? No. No. Something like that, but with gasoline. Oh yeah, we watched that on stream once too. I remember. That shit was awesome. So something like that, but with gas. Oh yeah, no, I read that already. Like a dumbass. But you already knew that, didn't you? Pff. Oh my god. Oh my god. About an Ultraman. Again, I don't know. Dementia, yes. But shut up! Damn. so hold on. So this is Keen. Keen posted here something, and I'm just gonna be a little bitch about it. I'm just gonna be a little bitch about it because I have this thing here, and I'm just gonna bully him. Anyway. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Rat. Not yet. Not yet. Soon though. Was that really low? No, that was Keen. Was Keen. The pirate. Wait, Keen's rat now? What? No. Oh, you mean the rat? No, that is my end screen. When I end the stream, that's when. Also, when I'm like away for short periods of time, AFK. When I'm AFK, that's also the end, the screen. But it's different music, so you know which one. Because the one of them has like the ending music. Yeah, no. The helmets are so good. Man. Crap, indeed. Oh yeah, I wanted to check something out for myself real quick, because I saw it and I completely forgot about it. Why can't I just... Whatever, I'll just download all, I guess. Do I have to fucking... Just a second. Oh, I can see it now. Ooh, I didn't see this last time. Is that new? Huh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That be looking mighty fine. Crab parrot. Crab parrot! I'm sorry, I wish you're gonna show me of my Japanese cartoon. I'm sorry, too, that I'm sadly not interested, but I can't help it. I look at my own interests, usually. Sometimes I Google stuff, but right now, no. What else can I find here? Okay, nope. Yikes. What happened on the fucking Side Scrollers podcast for it to be yikes?
That you thought had meaning. Every hope, dream, or...
Oh, that one. Nope. Oh, we already saw that. I don't want to get emotional right now, so we're gonna skip that. Alright, let's continue. Nope. What else can I find on Twitter? It seems like it's nothing that I can find. Do we end early? I mean, I started early. I don't think I can give you guys anything more currently. Stuff that I prepared is already over. Nothing much today, only a showdown between the Fox and Xenogears. Oh. And I'm so freaking over it. What are you over? What are you over? And also, hello, chemist. Indeed, indeed. True. True and real. Okay, chemist, what you cooking? Indeed. What are you over it? Played Mugenics on stream today, made 2 runs, and both got trashed because of bullshit? Damn. Bad luck. The proper word is Latinx. Okay, Latinx. Call me Latinx and you'll find out why our crime statistics are so high. Damn! Holy shit. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end it here. I believe I will. Takatora pata. I have no idea what that means, but anyway. All right. Who can we raid? Redoda. Banana is live. Tenma is live. Matter Lumi. Can I raid Lumi? It's been a while since we raided the retard woman. Oh, sad. Cannot. Nighthawk Grasshopper. Good night to you guys. Bye bye. Indeed, bye bye. And who is live on Kick? Seems like nobody's live on Kick. Shared. Very, very shared. No Kick raid. Sad. Alright, we're gonna raid Banana Juju. So. Wait, is she in Kick, maybe? Oh yeah, she is. Nice. Kick raid as well. But with this, I wish everyone a wonderful good morning, good day, good evening, good night, sweet dreams, and goodbye. Bye bye.
Mumi's joy uncontainable. It overflows in thee. Every ray that swelled the ranks, every chat that lit the night, turn humble hours into legends, pure and shining light. Closing time, the stream comes down. One last laugh before the lights go out. Each fresh beginning follows some old stream's end, but Mumi's joy will rise again. My friends, we're so glad you came. We're so glad you stayed. So raise a glass.